Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay. I have one. Did you see all the name?
Let's try them. Let's still try.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday to you all. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and tonight we are watching, or you're watching, the Boba Squadron, and we're going to be talking about the Disney Plus series Andor, Episode 4. And if you're new here to the channel, well, thank you for being here, first of all. I normally talk about toys and collectibles and action figures here, and a lot of those toys and things come from cool TV shows and movies. So Andor is one of these shows, and I'm fortunate to have a chance to kind of sit down with some friends and talk about these cool properties that spawn these toys. So, you know, all of that just interconnects. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and find your way back for more toy content. I'm joined by the Boba Squadron. I'm going to bring them in a few seconds, but I want to say what's up to everyone in the chat while I have the screen to myself here. Thank you, everyone, for being here in this time. If you haven't yet, feel free to leave a comment or share if you haven't already, and let everyone know that Boba Squadron is live right now and ready to go. And all that is, it really helps the channel. It lets YouTube know that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully other people will too. So if you could go ahead and do that, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We have here in the chat, first one in the house is Sam Rock, a channel member. What's going on? Thank you for being here. More channel members. Bearded Builds, Wing or Lose, thank you for being here. Bad Wolf Media, greetings to you as well. RMD Collective, Matt Logic 44, what's going on? Thank you for all the emojis. RMD Collective, I said that already. Christopher Colvin, another channel member. Val A says, let's go. Aye, let's keep it going. Innocent is in the chat. Ryan Dole, another channel member. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Chamba is here. Chamba, I love it. Every time I see you say, should be a good one. You've been saying it for 2 years, and I love that the enthusiasm has not died in that time. Stream Elements is here. Mackerson over on Twitch. If you prefer Twitch, this is available there as well under the same name, Toying Around. Torrentsu, another channel member. Thank you for tuning in. And Chamba, 796 Studios. What's going on, Mario? Patman13. Ghost Dog, DOGG, and of course, you love to see it. Bjorn, watching over from Twitch. Thank you for being here. Shout outs to all the channel members who are in the chat right now. For example, Aiden Skate, or everyone who watches the replay later. If you enjoy the content here, you have the option to support and become a channel member, and the memberships and the super chats and all that go towards giveaways, updating equipment here on the channel, and of course, if you become a channel member, you get the special emojis in the chat, early access to different types of content, and of course, you also have the option to gift the gift of a membership to somebody else. So thank you, everyone who supports. It's all appreciated, and of course, everyone who tunes in, that supports too. The Squadron is here waiting. They're giving me a sign that says, Kevin, shut up, bring us on, I want to talk. The first Boba Squadron member tonight, you can see her here on the channel often, or on her Twitch. She was most recently seen in an episode of Hunting Around, right here on this channel. So if you haven't seen that yet, hunting toys in Toys R Us with the enablers, including our friend, please go give that a watch after this. This is our friend, Livin' La Vida Yoko. What's up, Yoko?
Hi.
Hi.
I was sharing that we're live.
Perfect. That's
someone didn't tag other people.
I feel bad if I tag you every time. It might be too much. Paul's
No.
a celebrity, and you're just usually fed up with me 90% of the time.
I'm never fed up with you, Kev.
Giving me the grumpy bear looks, and Ernie's a prospect, so
does it matter?
No, it matters. It's just
Oh.
well, I didn't want to flat out say it. How are you doing tonight, Yoko?
I'm good. I'm slightly frazzled as I leave for New York Comic Con tomorrow, so we can't go all night. I have to be on a 7 a.m. ferry, so.
Oh, it's only one episode, so you'll have when we're done, 33 minutes to get ready for.
We have 12 hours before I really worry about making my flight.
It.
So, yeah,
basically it. Well, you're going to be off. Does that mean you're not streaming this week?
I will not be streaming this week. I will be posting from New York, though, hopefully. So
yes. Cool. Well, if you're not yet, please follow Yoko and the rest of the Boba Squadron. The links are in the video description below here on the YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Bjorn, resub. Thank you for the resub on Twitch. Says Twitch Gang 2 months. Thank you, man. Good to see you. Gang. I don't know how to do the shout outs, but if you want to watch a friend of mine who collects toys and takes photos and streams video games on Twitch, please follow Going Geek with 3 E's. Thank you, Supermod Yoko. And Tom's over there, Tom Canuli. Thank you. Yoko's room is getting nicer and nicer. That's a very Trandoshan-like comment there, Ringer Loose. But thank you. Well, why am I thanking him? You should thank it.
Thank you for noticing. Got some figures posed up in there.
Yes, you should do a reel or something soon. Yes, that's just a suggestion. No, more of a demand.
No,
up next is another friend of ours from the Boba Squadron. He is recently just sitting down in his chair. That's my introduction. You know him from some awesome shows like Kim's Convenience and some Star Wars properties. And of course, his own channel, Bitter Asian Dude, where he does fun boxings and fun drinkings, I guess. This is our friend, Mr. Paul Sun-hyung Lee.
Hey
Paul.
Oh, shit, I didn't think you were going to introduce me this quick. Hey, everybody.
Do you want a few more minutes?
No, it's cool. It's cool. I just...
I didn't know if you wanted Ernie to go before you.
Yeah,
is he still around? I thought we cut him last week.
Well, we weren't sure if you were going to make it, so
well, I thought Larry or was going to be ready.
He was there. I guess he left.
It's like
glad to be here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late.
That's okay, man. Thank you for always appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You're a busy dude. And what's going on with you? You did a fun boxing yesterday?
Did a fun boxing yesterday. It was kind of a last minute sort of the game time decision to see whether we went or not. We went. And it was fun. It was fun to get back in the saddle. I was really tired. I didn't really know if it was going to be a good episode or not, but I had a lot of fun. And what I realized is a lot of the reason why I do this channel is the community. Everybody who joins on and chats, it revitalizes, it re-energizes, and it's cool because you hang out with friends online. And I found as the evening went on, I it was a perfect salve to a really hard week. And really, really happy I did it. Really happy I did it. And just reminding me of this is why you do it. This is why we do these live streams and broadcasts. It's the great community, people on the chat saying hi to each other, having these great conversations, the chirping that goes on, the fun in there. And it's always wonderful to see those familiar faces, the names on the chat screen. So yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
For 12 hours, right?
It was only an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Oh, and for those of you, I have those little addendums at the end where the screen goes, and then there's a little cutscene Easter egg where I'm not really off and I come back on. I did an unboxing of the Boba Fett repainted armor on the Jabba the Hutt's throne, and it comes with this beautiful head sculpt of Tamura Morrison. And it's like right down to the veins in his head and stuff. So it's great.
Mhm.
Really, really great. And I bent over to get it. And the chair that I'm in makes this squeaking sound. And I didn't see this till afterwards, but people in the chat thought I farted. Trust me, you'll know if I fart. It's not some squeaky chair, so that like it's full out. That's a full ass fart. So I didn't fart. I wish I had now, thinking about it. But it was me bending down to get the head sculpt out of the box so I could do the whole, oh, it's me. I'm looking for little Boba. So that's what it was. I just want full disclosure.
I'm glad you chose this forum to like clear it up.
Yeah.
This is the
Well, yeah. This
To
is like,
clear the air, huh?
If not, Yoko with the zinger. Look at that.
nasty.
You know, this is what Yoko secretly lives for, I think. It's for those limojus
It's no
en
secret.
français, as they would say.
Oh, there you go. Ryan can confirm. You'll definitely know.
There you go. Oh, yeah. You know, Steve actually knows better than Ryan.
Oh boy.
Story time?
Oh, if you want to hear it, I'll tell it. I'll tell it if you want to hear it. But I mean, once
Maybe you
again,
can-
be careful of what you ask for. You might get it.
Yeah, Yoko. Let's leave that for later. Paul can make it a channel member exclusive on his channel. Let's not forget one more person who is here tonight. He has been waiting very patiently and politely. Good friend of ours, very nice dude. We are not branding this to farting around R&B. Intro for Ernie. All right, let's start this over. Waiting in the wings is our good friend, a fantastic dude, collector, full of toy knowledge, and just a good guy all around. You can catch him on his YouTube channel, the Fallen Fett, our friend, Ernie. What's up, Ernie?
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Paul,
Hi,
I didn't know
Ernie.
I was gonna get to stay. Paul showed up, so I was like, you know what? I'll leave the camera on. We'll see what happens.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
What's new, man? You streaming this week?
Nothing. Yes, I will be. As long as the computer allows me to keep going, then we will. Still nothing on the computer. I
Wow.
got this dirty old laptop right here that HP sent me that like came from somebody else's house.
He means
I won't even
physically
touch.
dirty. It's not like
Yes.
a science folder or anything.
Yeah.
Are you serious? There's like breadcrumbs in the
Yes.
keypads? Oh, no.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
Take pictures and post that stuff.
I did.
Oh, that's wrong.
Look
Oh, you
at like
did.
that emblem is all messed up. It
Wow.
looks fine now, but it's actually poking out like somebody was trying to scratch it. You can see how dirty it is. That's not me. That was already
Wow.
like-
Wait, is this the
That's a
a
loner.
loner?
A loner.
I think of the word.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I told them, I'm like, so who do I send it to next? Because that's obviously what it seems like is that we just all share the same one and keep sending it to the
Yeah.
next person. There's like built up. I don't even know what in the speaker or the fan. So I just turned
Oh,
it
you
on,
should-
made sure that it turned on, and that was it.
You should totally put your Fallen Fett sticker in there, so when you send it to the next guy,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
promoting. You're like, hey, don't
I have
forget
it,
to
right?
like and subscribe,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Add to the DNA pool.
Or just stick it right
Yeah,
on
it's
top.
on that. It's like whatever
Just-
you do,
I
don't put a
should.
black light to it, right?
Yeah, it's gross, man. So unfortunately, that's still the saga with HP. They're telling me the end of October for mine. No update. So
Mhm.
No.
yeah, that's
That-
it, man.
that's
Just
terrible.
work,
Okay.
and couldn't wait to talk about this episode.
Yeah, well, glad you have a computer to join us tonight. I want to say what's up to Cat Lives in the chat, David de la Huerta, Bad Wolf Media, Val A. I said hi to earlier, but nothing wrong with saying hi again. Ernie, we did some toy stuff today, but let's talk about some toys real quick because PulseCon was just passed. And
Yeah.
sometimes we have new toys. Sometimes toys are shown while the show is happening, and we were kind of lucky to kind of see that this past weekend. Some new Black Series Andor show
Yes.
toys were revealed. Let's just go through them real quick because I know Paul's not really into Black Series, but then sometimes he'll, I don't know, relapse and buy one, and Ernie is on the fence. But we'll talk about it real
Yeah.
quick. The The first one
No,
up,
Ernie's on a break.
Yeah, I am on a break right now. We're on a break, but sometimes they still get me back in. Let me just text them.
this is the PulseCon exclusive 2-pack of the droid from our show, B2 Emo and Cassian Andor. It's a PulseCon exclusive. For some reason, here in Canada, it showed up in GameStop. I saw a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I think with the discount, it's $80 Canadian.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, I don't really need this, but I don't know. Anyone in the chat? Is this something you're into? Did you order it from PulseCon? Ernie, Yoko, Paul, how do you feel about this?
I have a friend who already posted. He picked one up at his GameStop. He had it, a picture of it in his car on his lap. He just grabbed it. And he said he was out. He was not going to be collecting Black Series anymore, and yet there he was. That's a gorgeous. That looks great. That looks like Diego Luna. I mean, I have to commend them. I'd like bravo Hasbro for that. The sculpt looks great. The paint looks great. You know, as much as I want to crap all over Black Series sometimes, like they have been coming up with some really great figures lately. That being said, I'm not going to pick this up because I'll wait for the Hot Toys to come out in 2026. And then when it finally does arrive all at once at my old address, it'll be awesome. But no. I love B2 Emo. I think that's a great, again, in the pantheon of droids. Love it. But there's the old Paul would have jumped because it's in a dual box and it slides open and you get, no accessories, but it comes into sliding. I would have been all over that shit. But I'm going to be a little bit more restrained and go, that's lovely. And if it's your jam, go get it. Go get it. Absolutely. But I can't keep going back to that well. And I know it's a Siren song. They're going to, it starts off a little bit at a time. It's like, oh, this figure's nice. No, that's it. And then you're right back into old bad habits. And I got to get out of that bad relationship. So I'm going to say no. I know, right?
Yoko, what about you?
I've been drinking.
Oh, okay. I
have been drinking. I have been, and this is like, we sold our house today. I'm just going to say that we sold. Our house today.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
So
Congrats.
this is a release. This is some Veuve. I've got some champagne. I'm drinking it.
You bought some Veuve.
We did, but I was drinking the whiskey beforehand. Right, one for commiseration, one for celebration, and so. Nice. I was a bit stressed earlier on, but now I'm free and fancy clear.
There's stress drinking, and then there's celebration drinking right now.
Like,
hey, new bottle, new moon.
Blends from one to the other.
So send the kids to the neighbors. I'm coming home loaded. This is like unfiltered. Paul is about to enter the ring. Can't wait to start on this episode of Andor. Here we go. That's right. Already tighten your belt, buddy. Here we go. Boba Fett's gonna get both barrels. Love you, bro. But here we go.
Saddle up.
People in the chat are congratulating you, but yes, of course, congratulations. And drink up to tear that place down, man.
Well, no, because we have to. We bought it. Probably won't like it.
Yeah. Who was next? Yoko. This set. That's not on the screen.
Yeah, no, I don't plan to get anything from Andor in any line.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna skip you for the rest of these. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I can still get your opinion on stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul's got a zinger right here. Here we go.
He looks great.
Go on. Go ahead, Paul.
They should really have. Yoko would buy it if there was a murder butt line of figs.
Murdered.
Right? It's murdered
but if it was branded that way, yeah,
murdered butt.
Yeah.
And there was a great quote you had last week. Somebody had you down for. It's like, I don't have to like him, or I don't want to. There's something about Andor.
Oh yeah, what did I say? I don't need to like him.
That's it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I don't need to like him.
And that's how I feel about the Black Series. I don't need to like them. I don't need to like them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that about Ernie. I'm like, man, I was
That's
Really
the next
hoping you
step.
weren't going to
Just
say
give
that.
me a couple more drinks. I
Yeah.
love
All
Ernie.
right.
Let's just say this.
Someone's
I
not.
love Ernie.
Aw,
So he's cut, but that's why I love him.
Oh, well,
That's
thanks,
always
sir.
easy.
what's
You know, I
one
can't
got to
be
do with
here.
the other?
Yeah.
They can coexist.
What's up to Super Cool Chuck tuning in on Twitch? Ernie, how do you feel about this figure? Did you get it?
No,
What's your
I did not. Same relationship as Paul. We share the same love because it used to be that in that day, like the sliding box, exclusive, gotta have it, need it so nobody else can get it. And now, same. I was just like, oh, all right, it's all right. It didn't grab me. It didn't nothing, man. I
Oh,
just
that's right. Another Yoko line from last week. You people. Thank
yeah,
you,
it was.
RMD, for not letting her forget.
I stand by it. I'm not ashamed.
Whoa, doubling down.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
That's
So
a
I
nice
don't
look-
need the exclusive.
Yeah, that's a nice looking box, though.
Mhm.
True.
Like,
If
I
you don't
love
want to
that
get
they're
the
posing them.
exclusive, yeah. If you don't want the exclusive, they're also re-releasing somehow without the first one coming out yet. This is going to be in like a Cassian Andor mainline, so you can get just Andor. I believe it's the exact same one, same character. So you
Minus-
can minus the
minus
droid,
BMO.
yes.
And minus the fancy sliding box.
Minus
Yes.
the Bank of Montreal B2 emo.
Oh, yeah.
Also in the wave, RMD's favorite, Bix, which I think she looks great. She comes with this
I don't know.
tablet. I don't know what device that is. Did you remember her using that?
No, at all. I was going to say the same thing. I do not know what her
Definitely a
accessories
spoiler.
are.
Yeah.
You think so?
Spoiler that
Yoko's
she
got
has
it. Yeah, she's
Mm.
got her fingers firmly on the pulse of what's going on in the toy industry. That's a total
true.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Confirmed.
Kevin.
This is what we
Thanks for
do.
ruining it for us.
Me?
Sorry, I mean, thanks, Hasbro.
We are in
I'm going to ruin that
unhinged
Hasbro deal for
territory.
you. I know, right? It's terrible.
There's no
Terrible.
deal. Another figure in this wave that I think looks really good is Luthen
Yeah.
will be getting his own figure. I think this is outrageous that he's only been on for 3 episodes, whereas where's your figure, Paul?
Oh,
Hey, man.
yeah.
This is an outrage.
My outrage came at Axe Woves, though. Really? That guy gets a figure before Paul?
Yeah.
That guy?
It's the armor.
Do we need to start
Agreed.
a movement on social media?
Collect signatures and stuff.
Yeah, a change.org petition, exactly what that platform was built for. Yeah.
HasLab, life-size Paul Carson Teva.
Life size.
Life site, Jesus.
HasLab. It's got to be a
Oh my
dream
God.
project.
You want me to join
Is that
Cookie
your dream?
Monster? You want me to join Cookie Monster, the Rancor, and the lightsaber is the only
saber.
failed HasLab
Oh, and
projects.
that image that someone gelled them all together.
Right.
But his dream is to have you life size in his home.
Yes, Yoko, we heard it.
I'm just
Wait,
trying to
what?
get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, it's a dream project for the HasLabs is to have a 1-to-1 scale Carson Teva, not Paul, Carson Teva. Sorry.
Right.
Have they made the cardboard cutout version yet? If so, we should all have a cardboard
Oh,
Carson Teva in our homes.
yes, we should. Yeah, and of course, also revealed is Senator Mon Mothma. I don't know if I need an action. Not really action figure. Not much action going on in those. Looks like the outfit is super limiting. I don't know. Ernie, Yoko, Paul, what do you think of the last few figures?
Her,
Yeah, well-
her outfit looks limiting. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for like action figure posing.
Oh,
I'm not commenting on her clothes.
Watch as
In
Mon
general.
Mothma proposes a new,
A new bill to the Senate.
amendment. Yeah, an amendment to
I
the.
mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah. What kind of action poses do you need with her?
That's what I mean. Like, do I really need a figure? But I think she's kind of cool.
She'll be like
Probably
speaking.
a huge speaking pose
Right?
with speaking
That's all you
hands.
do every time.
Yes.
Yeah. Welcome to
Yeah.
the rebellion.
Right.
Thank you for being here.
Right?
Maybe we should. Every
Pained,
pose.
the pained dinner party guest look.
Oh
There you
man.
go.
I hate you, but you're in my home. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome.
Right.
Double-handed pose.
I'm surprised her
Welcome.
husband doesn't have an action figure. The come on, loosen up sort of pose, right?
Yeah, that guy's the worst. That guy's the worst.
Sure, they're assholes, but they're fun.
Another villain.
Yeah.
It was.
Aaron S., thank you for being here. No, we did not rip through the episode already. It's only 27 minutes in. Why would you
We have-
think we've even started on the episode?
We have another 2 hours before we even begin.
Yeah. Go take a nap. Come back.
There's been no ripping, allegedly.
Paul's been letting it rip. 796 Studio says life size.
I've-
That won't fit in Ernie's shrine.
Not
Yeah.
even begun to defile myself. Sorry.
It's just Paul. It's like a life size Paul sitting on your desk.
Thanks, Mario. Yeah, you guys were wondering about the cutout. I've tried to order it. They don't have it available yet. So
He actually probably already has it. It's like right there where we can't see.
yeah, you can. I'm always right here, high fiving.
Yeah.
You can't see it though. That was
I
a
made it
good
to it. I
one.
made it to another show. High five.
Yeah. My Carson Tiva right here. You can't see it.
And
Nobody's allowed to.
chat, people in the chat, what do you think? Are these dope? Nope. Let me know what you think. Paul, Yoko, you're not getting these, but how do you think they look?
I think they look great, actually. You know, I'm glad that they put Vix and Mon Mothma in this line in the first wave too. That's great. Happy to see it.
Paul, how about you?
Yeah, again, it's a great looking figure. They're really stepping it up in terms of the sculpts and the paints, and it's. I think the actress is fantastic. The character is very, very compelling. I love what they're doing with her backstory. I love the stress that she's under, and you can see that. Like we're going to talk about it during the episode when we do the actual episode breakdown in about 6 hours. But she is. I mean, it's a very, very compelling character. As an action figure, though, it's kind of like. You know, again, if I was a kid, I think this figure is geared more towards the adult collectors out there, as many of them are. But as a kid, it's not like I'd be racing out to get a Mon Mothma. I need to get Dinner Party Mon Mothma to complete my set with like a million different accessories. Oh, it comes with matching cups and plates. Let's do it. Looking at you, Ryan. I'm looking at you. But that's the thing. I think it's a great looking sculpt though. And if you're a completist and want the figures from that particular line associated with the show, yeah, absolutely. It's great. As a kid though, Mon Mothma wouldn't have been my first pick. Just saying.
Like Merry Christmas. Here is a Senator action figure. Mon Mothma.
I got 6 of them. It's like it's the only one that was left. Sorry.
Ernie, are these enough to get a purchase out of you?
No, I can't. I'm not going to. They look great, and it's okay. That's awesome. We're getting an Andor wave, but again, it's that whole thing of the same exact Andor. That's the $80 is being thrown right back in, and so that's kind of very downplayed, you know, as far as hey, thought it was an exclusive. We used to get real exclusives, and now we're not. But it's an Andor wave. I'm just not interested in going after these anymore, and especially new price points. It's very hard to do that, but it is a good wave though. But it's just not. It's not for me.
Yeah, I think there's some solid characters in this wave.
Yeah, there was.
They also announced a vintage collection version of Andor, which I thought looked better than the Black Series, which seems to be the pattern of
in
late.
all honesty, yeah. All the vintage collection stuff looks really good.
Well, but they didn't announce any other characters, so I'll probably grab one.
You didn't get those pictures?
Nah, I didn't. It's the same one, but smaller. Like you can use our imagination, right? That's I think they announced an Endor bunker. Or they teased an Endor bunker playset for a vintage collection. That's always cool to get more playsets in. Did you just mute yourself to toot, Paul? You look very.
Oh, I wouldn't have muted myself. I would have moved the mic down. Hey, everybody, listen to this. Nice armature. No, sorry, it was my realtor. I just signed the deal. We just signed the deal to complete the sale of the house.
Very nice.
It's official. just
Or
for a
is it
second
done?
because I need to get more booze. But I'll be back.
More
like-
champagne.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
2
All
seconds.
right, we won't start without you.
Don't.
We'll catch up with the chat.
But I was listening. Whatever
didn't
Ernie
doubt-
said.
I didn't doubt that.
We believe.
Whatever Ernie said, yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut.
Absolutely.
I'll
Absolutely.
be back in 2 seconds.
All right, Paul. We have Middle School Creations. Thank you for coming back to the stream. Have we talked about the episode yet? No, not yet. We talked about some of the Andor Black Series figures that were announced over the weekend during Hasbro PulseCon, and just looked at some photos to see, gauging if everyone's interested or not. I'll probably grab. I like Andor.
You gonna get him? Yeah.
I'll get Andor and the vintage collection. Like, look, I
Cassian?
have
You mean?
Reva
Yeah.
and baby Reva.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do both. Let's see. Paul is going to follow in the footsteps of Andre the Giant in his notoriety. Oh no. Let's. Paul will continue his drinking when he realizes he has to pack all his nerd stuff up. Yeah, he's got to get moving and pack up everything. Matthew, how's it going? Thank you for being here. I was checking out your stream earlier and the podcast. Yeah, go check it out. He had Megan Huang on, a fantastic local artist. Paul, did you get a drink? Where's the drink?
He has it.
Oh, that's quite a top up.
Celebrate.
It's champagne. It's not in a champagne glass because we packed
Celebration.
those away. So, but this is the Rogue One
Just juice.
glass. Yes.
All right, cheers.
It's
Cheers.
Rogue
all.
One glass from my buddy Ryan Dole.
That's nice.
Who this is an official island. Anyways,
None of us have
Starbucks.
boba today.
Next week
No.
we'll be back with Boba. I
We're-
realized at 9
we're-
o'clock
Yeah.
that I didn't
We're
order.
Book of Boba Fett episode 5 today.
Yeah, dude.
Paul's just boo squadron tonight.
Yeah. I didn't have
I
a
like
chance to go. I
that.
thought of that too.
Booze Squadron. Yes.
Boo squadron.
Oh,
All right.
Rebrand? Spin
No,
off?
remember the channel. We're keeping it.
Spin-off.
We're keeping it clean. Spin
Mm.
off.
So
That'll
happy.
be the after hours.
Clean or sober?
Happy.
Sober. Anyway, cheers to you in the chat. Anyone tuning in? I mentioned to you that I had a surprise for this evening, and
Is it a
hopefully
puppy?
people.
Ernie's
why
cut?
would? That's okay. It's not a puppy. I don't know how that benefits all of you. Ernie being cut is not a surprise because it happens
Yeah.
every week. So by definition, that is not a
Dang.
surprise.
Not even supposed to be here.
Sounds like you don't want to be here, Ernie. Is there something you want to let us
Ooh, here we
know?
go.
or-
I'm saying I'm not even supposed to be here.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna change this surprise right now because after,
Ah,
Oh,
Is it gonna
after
be a
that
puppy?
attitude.
what's the surprise?
How can I change a puppy? What is going on?
Yoko really wants a puppy
Wait,
right now?
you got us a puppy?
Yes.
When did this
Oh, we all
happen?
get one?
Puppies!
Go check your front doors. Go check under your seat. You're like, oh my god. No. I think this is kind of cool, and I'll let you know where it came from after. But people in the chat, I hope you sit in and enjoy. It's just kind of cool. I just want to see your reactions too.
What is it?
Let's see.
Hey Paul, hey Ernie, hey Yoko. This is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, upcoming Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say on Boba Squadron.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
What's
Wait.
up?
Rex be creeping behind her though.
But I'm confused.
That was cool. Huh?
I thought we were getting a puppy.
We get the shout out and
I mean-
a puppy.
That's awesome, but where's the puppy? I was told there would be puppies, Kevin.
You have to ask Ashley. Next time.
That's fun.
Okay.
That's so cool.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. That is
Is
How
it
awesome.
gonna
cool
be a
was that?
commercial cut?
Yay.
Yeah, we're gonna use that for all the promos.
Nice.
So,
Actually,
is that
I'll
a
just put
cameo? Did you track her down and
No,
What'd
so
you
remember
do?
when you did the panel with Justin and
Yeah.
Justin's friend Carl, who you spoke with there.
Yeah.
Carl's a friend of mine, and
talk to her?
he through a series of things knows and knows Ashley and was
Oh.
doing some video
Whoa.
work and got this message for us, which I thought was really nice of him
That's
and
really
Ashley to
nice.
do. And
Yeah.
and
That's
I just
amazing.
wanted to share it here. I was gonna send it on Saturday when he sent it to me. I'm like, no way. Let's do it
Nice.
on the
I
line.
like that. That was very
So
cool.
yeah, I'll do the bait and switch. I'll promise puppies and give them Ashley.
Yeah. Can you play it again now that I know there are no puppies?
What?
I have to admit, wasn't really paying attention because I thought puppies were going to come out somewhere. So-
Should I just YouTube some videos of puppies, or would that just make it worse?
Run it again.
I don't. I'm just. You were being
Okay,
deceptive.
we're just
So
gonna-
let's watch it.
I never even. All right, can't you guys just enjoy something nice? Damn it!
You promised the puppies.
Ruined it.
I'm gonna replay. Okay, here we go. We're gonna play this back.
Hey
Replay.
Paul, hey Ernie, hey Yoko. This is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, upcoming Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say on Boba Squadron.
That's such a great soundbite to use, that last part especially.
Yeah.
Everything,
Yes.
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
in one
That's
take.
cool.
What a professional. Well, I don't know if it's one take. It just sounds like one take. I guess we have to do a breakdown of Tales of the Jedi later. I mean, that
Yeah.
show looks cool anyway.
Heck yeah. I'm so excited for that.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any
Ahsoka.
episodes yet?
Have you?
Yeah. I was all. You have?
She
He's
did
kidding.
say my name. Come on, it's right in the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey Kevin,
She
hey
did.
Paul, hey Ernie,
Oh, there
hey
we go.
Yoko.
There it
This
is.
is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Clone Wars.
Should I just let it run again? No, it's fine. But yes, that's
She's judging me
young,
right now.
young Dooku, young Qui-Gon,
Yeah, man. Dooku with a blue lightsaber.
young
Sorry,
Carson
is it
Teva, apparently.
Dooku.
Either way, if she somehow is watching, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Carl, for
Maybe.
even thinking
She's
of
not
us. Carl, who is a
Maybe.
She's not watching.
Maybe.
She's not watching. Lucasfilm is watching. They're always watching, but she's not.
Yes, they are. What's up,
But,
Lucasfilm? How you guys doing?
my friend Carl, he's a big Star Wars fan. He watches Boba Squadron all the time. He's like, he'll message me, wow, what do you think of the new episode? When are you guys streaming? When are you guys talking about it? So, it's very nice of him to
Very
get that
nice.
video for us. So, Carl, Ashley, thank you.
Thank
From the
you.
Boba
That's awesome.
Squadron.
Thank you.
That was
I mean,
very
it's no
cool.
puppy,
Yeah.
but fine,
Still
I
good.
guess.
Sorry.
It was still
I'm
good.
sorry.
It's all, nothing personal against Ashley. It's just puppies.
We
Yeah.
can cut
Puppies.
that into
Hard to beat puppies.
a promo.
It's hard. Very hard.
I don't even know how to carry on from that one.
You're
So,
deceptive.
I am Deceptor, the number one Opticon robot.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
All right,
that was
so
pretty good.
40
Hey, wait.
Deceptor.
I just want to say they did show the first episode of Tales of the Jedi during Celebration.
Mhm.
They showed the
Just
whole
so you know.
episode?
Yeah,
the whole
they did.
episode?
Oh.
Yeah, if you were in
they-
the
They
panel.
previewed it. Yeah, if you went to the panel, you saw it. Just like they showed that extra long trailer for Mando season 3.
Mhm.
If you were at part of the panel. And I had a number, like I think half of my friends went to Celebration. So I think I legit, like that whole pause thing was like, haven't you seen it? Was about that.
Mm. Oh, Matthew in the chat says the first 20-minute episode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's what I mean. Thank you, Matthew.
The Clone Wars debuted on Cartoon Network on this day in 2008.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, what a
Damn,
great
we're
way to
old.
celebrate. More
Yeah.
champagne.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to post. Oh, Paul. Okay, yeah, we'll be fine. This show is going to be fine. I'm going to
Why,
post
what are
that
you
later
talking
on.
about?
Hopefully, more people can see that video message. All right, 40 minutes in, we're going to get into the
That was cool.
episode
I liked
again. Heads up, spoilers. And
Oh, you said it
Debuted?
right off the bat
Deb-
this time.
yeah,
I was
of
kind of
course.
hoping you'd wait until we were about halfway through the breakdown and go, oh, and by the way, spoilers, if you haven't seen the episode yet. There's a certain charm
That's
to
usually.
that. I like it. I thought you'd do it on purpose.
let's see. I got the screenshots here. All right.
More than 4?
More. Oh, there's
A
a
lot.
decent amount.
This is
week.
a good
So,
episode.
It's so good. Anytime I'm watching and I find myself messaging you,
Yeah,
you three right away, it's like
you guys.
It's good. Like Diego Luna
You
is
people.
so good. Yeah, you people, obviously. And just
people.
everything just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
So yes, spoilers abound. And what I've realized is, the last week when we did the episodes, I'm like, oh, is that it for screenshots? Why did I end it so abruptly? And I've noticed even at the end of this one, it's like they're not really leaving on cliffhangers. It's just like, okay, that's a scene, and it's like, how we said Kenobi, if we were meant to watch it all in one go, like it's one big movie. I'm kind of getting that sense for this, but it's like a 12 episode first season that's doing that. But it's not like, oh, what's gonna happen next? That kind of a huge cliffhanger. Did you guys get the same feeling for this?
Yeah, for sure. Every time, like when you're saying that right now, for all the episodes, it does end like that. Like you're just good, right? Like that was a good episode. You're not like, oh, I need another one or what's going to happen. You want more, but they end pretty like it just sums up the episode. It's done, over with, not that cliffhanger type thing.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's not like this build up to the, oh, we're going to get to this and where you expect it. It's kind of like you're going, okay, the next scene. And it just sort of ends. You're like, oh, shit. It's like that stealth. It's like a stealth P. It's a stealth cliffhanger ending. It just goes. And then you're just like, you're ready for the next scene. And there's no overt sort of build up to it. It just kind of, boom, it ends. You're like, oh, damn, the hour's up. And I peed my pants again. No, but that's what it is, and that's what I love. And you mentioned this too, Kevin, was the cinematic sort of experience of this entire series so far. It looks like a film, right? Just the sets, the way it's just everything, the way it's lit, the setups, the scope of everything. It's really, really wonderful to see. And I started to look at it because I made a pithy remark saying, well, they're all like that. They shoot them all like features. But this one, it really does feel like they shot it on 35 millimeter or 70 millimeters, film. And they're cutting it that way. And so it was just a really, really cool episode to rewatch as well. Like the first time through was just like, and then the second time through was amazing. So
absolutely. I mean, continuing from the last episode, they were Cassian and Luthen were on the speeder bike and they were speeding off, got into his ship where he whistled for. It was like 3 days later, and I was just doing stuff around the house. I'm like, what did he whistle to on that ship? It really was weird. But the episode continues. They're making their escape from Ferrix, and Luthen's got this microscope-looking droid modified.
That's what
on
he
his ship.
whistled at, I think.
AI. It's the AI. It's the AI
Yeah.
on the ship, and it's the closed captioning. It's the Fondor droid mod, or something. So that's the name. That's the name. That's
Oh, it
been
has a
assigned to
name?
the official. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just called Droid Mod or something.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, and I love it because it's like the old TV lenses, like on the old TVs. The cameras that they would use for sitcoms, they would have the 3 lenses and they'd like cycle through depending on what kind of shot they wanted. And that's the thing. And it's so in universe too, right? Like it sort of reminds me of, the big eyeball that comes out in Jabba's palace. Like they're little sort of touchstones to these types of surveillance droids or whatever. And I loved it. And the idea of a ship having AI, I mean, if you look at Solo, L3, they downloaded her consciousness into the Navicomputer, right? So it's I love that. Like the ships even have personalities.
We kind of see a little bit of that later on, a little bit. Not that you're jumping ahead, Paul. Just calling back to that. Adam Gonzalez.
I forgot. Yeah, only you're allowed to do that. Only Kevin is allowed to do that. Yes.
Like Simpsons when Bart was on Conan and he was doing the dance, and Conan's like, no, Please stop. Only I may dance. Darth Gutierrez in the chat. David de la Huerta, thank you for tuning in. Adam Gonzalez, what's going on?
Are you going to dance now?
No.
Oh.
When you deliver puppies to us, I'll dance.
When I deliver puppies?
Yes.
You're
What
the
about
puppy
you?
promiser. There you go.
Oh,
Lucy's like, what? We're getting a puppy?
yeah.
I object.
Get a puppy.
I swear it sounded like it just said no. No.
No? No puppy?
Is this a new thing? He offers Cassian Med Nog, which is like another instance of Nog in this series. It's just like a power up, like in a video game, just restores your health, heals you from the I don't know. Have we ever heard anything like that before, Ernie?
I never have. I've never even heard Nog before. Paul, is Nog just
No,
like
it's the first time. Usually it's back
basic
to
drink?
to spray, back to tank.
Yeah.
But something internal where you take a potion type thing, I think it's great. And it makes sense. Oral medication, right? It's
Robitussin.
yeah.
Sweet.
That's it.
Hopefully there's one day a Christmas
It's the puppy.
version, egg Med Nog for
Yeah,
the holidays.
Stupid me, I'd buy it. Yes.
Next to the candles.
Yeah. I mean, score. Let's get the med eggnog for everybody.
Oh man, next
With
to
or
the
without cinnamon.
wax candles. So
They're chocolate. I can't wait till Easter now. I'm gonna
Sure
order a
they
whole
were, Ernie.
case.
Sure they
I'm
were.
gonna send them out to everybody.
Ernie's eating candles.
Wing or Lose makes a great point. Mednog is better than being in a back to tank for half an episode.
There you go.
For storytelling, yay!
Whoa. Slow it down there, Wing or Lose. It's
But what
fine.
about the flashbacks? What about the flashbacks?
Flashback.
The
does.
flashbacks when he's drinking.
Can you imagine?
in this time,
swig, and there's a flashback as a nog takes
See the blue?
takes effect.
Yeah.
what's like? I grew up around water.
Leave Boba alone. That was a standout
Boba
episode.
alone.
It's going for season 2. Hopefully that
Is it?
backed is there.
Is it going for season 2? Has that been confirmed?
I'm putting it out there. Yeah, Lucasfilm
Oh,
just texted me.
Ernie
They
Villarreal
did.
confirms
Yes.
Ernie was
Season
trying to
2.
season
trap
2.
Paul.
No, I'm not.
Trying to trap
I would never
me.
do that. No.
Dude, man, when I shot that episode of Book of Boba Fett, I didn't even know we were shooting that. I thought it was Mandalorian season 3. I'm the last person you should go to for any sort of inside information on that. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh man. So at this point, I already forget the guy's name. Luthen's trying to help Cassian, and he's trying to convince him at this point that he should join the cause. And I think it's a very
great scene.
well acted scene, right? From the last episode where Cassian was telling him how he's able to walk in among the Imperials and steal everything, to the one here when they're going back and forth. I think it's just superb. And I was able to get some screenshots with text so that we can
Closed
just
captioning
talk
for
about
those of you.
yes,
With
subtitles. Cassian's surprised that the ship, even like for this model of ship which he's flown before, was able to go into hyperspace. He's like, what's powering this thing? So it really kind of sets the tone of like, Luthen, who's this super spy, right? He's got all this stuff going on, and then more and more gets revealed as we go on. But Luthen basically tells Cassian, you have two choices. He says, help me, or like, you get off the ship. But then he gives him a third choice almost immediately. He's like, or kill me. So that's three. That's three
Well, he
choices.
said, or you could try to kill me,
Yeah,
which I
that's,
love. It's like, or of course you could try to kill me.
then he turns his
Stellan-
back on him.
Yeah, Stellan Skarsgård is such a badass in this scene. And what I love is he just cuts through all the bullshit. Because like Cassian is all like, I served on Mimban when I was 16 years old, straight out of prison for 2 years. I was the only survivor at the 50. And you kind of go, and he goes, you were a cook. You were there for 6 months. You're full of shit. you survived because you ran. I love that. I love
Totally
that.
called him out. Yeah.
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 And that's the thing. It's this whole, he says, you think you know me? It's like, no. And he pushes all the right buttons and his points. I mean, it's such a great scene writing wise, because he says, you can keep doing what you're doing, which is, he says, or you carve away a little bits at a time till there's nothing left. Or do you want to go all in and fight for something that, I mean, that was so badass. Like watching that scene the first time and even the second time through, it was just, they are superb at their craft. Diego Luna, Stellan Skarsgård in that scene just fucking own it. And I like that made me so happy as a Star Wars fan, as an actor, seeing that, the way it was shot, the way it was lit, like it was just great. The stakes were high. There was really, really great motivation in it. Like they were connecting with each other, they were listening to each other. I loved it. I loved this scene. And it was just like, and this is at the very beginning of the episode,
Right.
and it's just like, wow, it was incredible.
A little, some name drops here, some Easter eggs or callbacks. Cassian saying, I've been trying to figure out who you are. Alliance, separatist, guerrilla, partisan front. So a lot of name drops there for some groups that are around in that era. And he's like, it doesn't matter. They're all the same to me. They're useless. Like he doesn't see a point in any of that, any of those movements, which is actually, it's a huge contrast from when we were first introduced to Cassian in Rogue One. And here's the part, I fought in Mimban when I was 16, which is the planet that Han was on in Solo when he meets Chewie, and they become friends. They escape. And we saw some of the fighting on that planet. And he mentions, what were we doing? We were fighting ourselves. And I think Luthen is really good at kind of manipulating people into getting to where to do what he wants. He's like, well, isn't that more reason to fight them, to kind of stick it to them? So we're fighting ourselves, and that's when he calls them out. You were there. You were a cook.
Yeah, that was great.
You lived because you ran. It's like he gave him this look, and all of his looks were just spot on.
It was so good too, because like, how much do you know about this dude? Like, you know everything about him, even more than Cassian knows about himself, right? Like, to name that you were a cook, like you just threw it out there immediately.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing.
Does partisan front equal Saw's partisans? I would assume so. It's a fair assumption. And Saw Gerrera was, again, mentioned later on in the episode. So they're all aware of these factions and different groups that are around right now.
And this is what I love, is the fact that they're showing that the Rebel Alliance wasn't like this one uniform. It was a group of like factions. Like there was discontent, and it was forming little pockets of resistance here and there. And they didn't really organize until later on. But you could see the cracks forming because they were systems or groups of people who weren't happy with the Empire. And they had all these different fronts. And that's generally, I mean, that's so realistic. And it's in terms of the connection to the lineage of Rogue One, where you did see the different factions and the different sort of political wills or personal wills with each of them. They were all scattered. They weren't sort of united really in terms of what direction to go in, because you can see how fractured it was in Rogue One. And I love the fact that these are the seeds of the rebellion right here. All these different groups. And when Luthen says, like, aren't they all the same? He's like, and Andor goes, yeah, they're all the fucking same. They're all the same. They're all useless.
They're all useless. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of love that. He says, well, we agree on that. So there is that whole idea, the bigger picture, that I really love about this character. They're laying the groundwork for something much bigger that's going on. And he, this whole heist thingy, this thing that they're setting up, I think it's a test. It's a crucible. How good is Andor going to be? Like, it's a test. Will he survive this? Will he? Because I think he's got more grander plans for him, right? And that's the thing. And it's like really about a much bigger movement that is in the works right now. And then when you see the intrigue that's happening later on with Mon Mothma and the other character that Luthen takes on, like it's so rich in terms of the intrigue. And I love that. I love the complexity of that.
And it also makes me wonder, like, who is this dude? How is he a super spy?
I want to know that too now.
What happened to him that drove him to take these kind of measures where he's organizing things and getting involved with people, and of course later on the shop and these connections. I'm just like, I want to know more right now, and I want that Black Series figure. It just changed.
He's like Zorro. He's like Don Diego, but he is like Zorro, right? Like he comes across as this sort of like this aristocratic sort of foppish character. It's like, oh, I deal with antiquities, and oh my god, look at this. And then he goes in the back room and he's like this ruthless sort of, well, I mean, not that Zorro was ruthless, but there's so many parallels to that. The rich dilettante who's actually a hardcore resistant. But Lucy, come on. I'm trying. She's calling me out on my bullshit. Ernie, man, you're fucking cut.
Bring her on now. Bring her.
She's like, I'll show you getting a dog. I'm much more interesting.
But that's what I love too. It is that whole the Don Diego, because that's his persona. That like Bruce Wayne is a billionaire who's like kind of fumbling around, and that's what I love is the fact that it's such a great cover,
There you go.
and
That
it
logic
makes sense, right? That
says
he would
he's
have
Batman.
deep pockets. Yeah,
He's Batman.
Yeah, basically.
I like that he's the antiquities dealer too. So it kind of gives him the cover of like flying to different planets.
yeah.
And then if you get stopped, you're like, oh, I deal in antiques and I'm shopping for stuff. But
And
I'm
it
just
also
out
opens
here.
the door for another expanded universe character that has been heavily hinted, but this is the first time. And Yoko's wearing the shirt right now, and I, for one, cannot wait for that to come to fruition because I think that is a deeply complex character that I would love to see brought to real life. Anyways,
Trying to will it into existence.
yeah, why not? Let's fan cast it right now.
Yeah.
Yoko as Doctor. Is that what we just fan cast?
I'd cast Yoko in a heartbeat.
Oh,
Okay.
me?
Yeah,
Confirmed.
To play Dr.
Sweet.
yeah.
Can I be your personal assistant? Let me do it.
Ernie, you're cut.
Can I
Come
voice
on.
a droid?
Larry and Lucy right there?
Somehow Larry and Lucy get the voice acting role over Ernie for the
Yeah.
They're doing the voice of
droid.
Black
The droids are just going. "Meow."
And instead of being Yoko's assistant, I have to be theirs. Constantly brushing them,
Only
letting them
there's
out.
justice in the universe. That would be
Yeah.
great. Oh my god.
Like, you know
He's
what?
kinda
This
like
sucks,
a-
but I'm still here.
He's kind of like a James Bond, the importer exporter cover. That's why he's flying around all the time. He's just a junk
It's
dealer.
even more so though than that though, because instead of being out there as flashy and like that, as he's that antiquities dealer, he is not. He's so you wouldn't think twice about him, right? The way that the way that we get to see of how he gets into character from the wig and the jewelry and totally different person. And now he's set. You would not. He has a perfect cover to roll around that way to everywhere with, oh, that's just so and so, Like, does he doesn't keep the same name, right, as the antiquities dealer? It's something else, isn't it?
No, I think she calls him Luthen when she goes into the store.
I thought that was behind when they were like by themselves, because I was even thinking he had a different name.
Yeah, he's
Like-
got to have a
Yeah,
different
that
name.
probably makes sense.
He's got to have a different name. Well, I mean, that whole putting on the wig and pretending to smile. Oh my god, that was so creepy.
It
Yes.
was
So,
creepy.
Yeah,
that was like
serial
serial
killer.
killer.
Yeah.
Like,
See him change in the hands and like
yeah,
Murder,
what a
but-
great
Oh
actor.
my god.
Murder butt
Yes.
for good cause.
Bud.
Yes,
Get
I
more
would.
blues. Oh my god, I gotta get.
And
I'll be
Yoko
back.
slaps it out of my hand too.
Oh my
No,
Also,
my scene and I don't have my boba.
I would
anyone
never.
ever say
Very
ass
nice.
before
Hmm.
in Star Wars? I didn't risk my
Again.
ass for the Starpath unit.
I didn't I didn't even catch that again until you have it here. So I didn't catch the shit, and now we got ass. I guess it's just the way that they're
There's
putting
a
it
sound
out.
bite right there. I didn't catch the shit, and now there's the ass. All right, that's going to be a new sound bite for
Add it
Super
at the end
Chats.
of the
Flip it.
add it at the end of the Ashley commercial. There you go.
It's going to be a real disappointment for the fans to go from up here to that quote. But Luthen reveals, like I could care less about the Star Path unit. I didn't risk my ask for that. I wanted you, and he just goes on about like how he can read people and kind of see their potential, which is actually just again a powerful scene. To the point where Cassian, he's intrigued. He's like, so what's the payout? What's the deal? This part was weird. The way Luthen started talking, like he was trying to save words or syllables. He's like, big stakes, big danger, prep team, good plan. Like, how come all of a sudden you were just talking so abruptly? I watched it like 3-4 times, and this part made me laugh every time. Big stakes, big danger.
He's his own hype man.
Prep team, yeah, good plan.
That made you
What?
laugh?
Yeah, I don't know why he just kept talking in these
Because it was a hard, fast sell. I love that.
before he
The
changes his
tempo of the
mind.
scene. Yeah, no, the tempo of the scene, because he's selling him on this. Because he hooks him. Right? It's this whole like, because Andor saying, just fucking drop me off. Drop me off.
Yeah, he
I'll
doesn't want
take
no
that.
part.
I'll go. It's better to eat, to sleep, to piss when I want, right? And he's saying, like, and he's it's the hard sell. Because he's saying, you could do that. And yeah, you could be happy. Or you could double down on this. And this is a deal. And it's just like he makes it like, that this entire speech is great. Because he's really
Fantastic.
pushing his buttons to go, these are the stakes. Can you do it? Are you big enough for this? Because I think you are. And you'll make a difference. And that's where I think he gets him ultimately is you can make a difference doing it. You might flame out, but you're going to do that eventually. And he lays on the ground for that when he says, they'll hang you by the same rope, whether you steal a power coil or 20 million credits. Like this is what I love. He says, either way, you're fucked. So what would you rather do? Would you rather go out doing something big, or would you rather play on the margins and just get eliminated as a bit player? And that's what that's so compelling about this, because he's not trying to, he's not trying to sugarcoat it, but he's saying, what kind of a difference do you want to make?
Yeah.
And I think that's where he gets him. So
Yeah, that's what he says right here. Like, I know you'll ultimately die fighting these bastards, so why not do it?
And it's
Making
true.
an actual difference. Is that
Shit ass bastards. We are 3 for 3.
so? He reveals that the way they can stick it to the Empire is to steal the quarterly payroll for an entire Imperial sector.
yeah.
Just a basic. Sorry, it's just a very brilliant ending to that fantastic scene. We cut over to Coruscant.
I believe it's
and-
it's pronounced
Cor-
Coruscant.
Curse can't. Curse can't.
It's like,
Let's
I
go
believe
with
it's
the curse
called
can't.
the Jetty.
I'm
The
actually.
Jetty Order. Sorry. I'm
I
not gonna
like
die
it.
on that hill. I just think it. Anyways.
I like some of the shots, the landscape shots of showing more of Coruscant. Ah, jeez.
And is this the first time we've seen Coruscant?
I don't think so.
Non-animated. Non-animated.
No,
No.
in Kenobi, there's a brief shot. Anakin's looking out from the.
Oh,
Training
from the
room.
Jedi Temple. Right. But that's flashback. This isn't a flashback.
What do you mean? I thought you said animated or not animated. I didn't know if it had to be current timeline or.
I guess
Flashback.
that's what that was the inference. But I guess, yes, you're right, Kevin. I was wrong. I'll continue to drink.
I don't think anything would have stopped you from doing that.
Let's put a big point up for Kevin. Bing. Get that graphic up there. The
Ooh.
ISB. This is what I love. ISB, Imperial Security Bureau. It's been like in this is the first time it's actually been acknowledged. in canon. I mean, expanded universe under the ISB, they've sort of mentioned it, but this is the first time we actually get a look at it. And this
Right.
is what I love. The white uniforms, the white tops, the different looks. Like, this is great. Like, this feels like such insider baseball to finally get a chance to see all this stuff. I love it. I love it. And this guy's awesome. He's freaking awesome. And like 90% of the cast are British and from Game of Thrones. I just need to point that out as well.
Master
This is like
Qyburn from Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Is there more?
Yes. Vel is from Game of. She was the waif. Yeah, I was like looking at her going, where do I know? Oh, right. She was in Game of Thrones too. Right? If you're looking at any of these characters going, when Arya Stark goes to the faceless one, she's the one who beats the shit out of her the entire episode.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, I thought she looked familiar. That's awesome.
So if
Ernie,
you're watching
Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones. If you're watching, where have I seen this
new
person? Game of Thrones. Because
Yoko, you know Game of Thrones, right? No.
Oh,
Many
no?
Face God. That's right.
Wow.
Thank you, RMD. All right. Yeah. So this is the inside of the ISB. There's a bunch of supervisors giving a report. This guy's a total hard ass. He just gives off like, I don't know.
This guy's Empire.
Tarkin vibes just because he's British, or he just Tarkin vibes just of his demeanor. But I don't know. Did anyone else get that feeling from him?
I didn't.
It's the face though. I can understand what Kevin's saying. I think it's his way he presents himself, right? Tarkin was so about that too, is the way he was up and talking to everybody, how he had to especially in Rogue One when he's putting what's his name down, right? You know, and just making them upset. This guy's putting down is putting down everybody in the room here, you know, with that low blow of the thing, his facial expression, the way that he says everything, like this is the poster look for Empire here, right? Like join
what I
us.
love though about it was his specificity, because he wasn't putting up with the bureaucratic doublespeak. It's like, you know, that one Grandy, Lieutenant Grandy was like, we want more funds. It's like, for what? For increased surveillance. Well, what are you going to be? What are you going to be surveilling? And she was like, you know, more anti-imperial activity. He's like, are you trying to be vague on purpose? Like, I kind of love that. The fact he was so pragmatic about, you need to be very specific about what you're looking for, because this is bullshit. And his whole speech about like, what are we doing here? And the I can't remember her name now, Blondie.
Deidre, I think, or something.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell she you know, they say later on she's brought in for a specific reason, and she looks at things a different way, and she's only been there for a year, and she's not into all the political sort of gamesmanship, because she's very like, this is what I need. She's like a bulldog. She goes straight for it and doesn't have time for the political machinations. But there is a game that needs to be played, and Major Old Guy Tarkin, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but he's very much like, we are like a hospital. We, you know, this is what we do. We are triage. We find germs from inside or out, and and that's a thing. And it's a great way of looking at what we want, because he says we don't provide security. If you want security, call the Navy, and I love that. It's like, yeah, you bring in a battalion, you bring in a garrison. They are really sort of, they're looking for problems before they, and it is much like, and it's kind of, it's a really cool perspective shift, because it's not this, you know, brute force sort of thing. They're literally, it's a really neat, and that's what I like, because there's a depth to that, that I'd never really considered either. So, which I really found refreshing for me. I mean, not that I'm not saying that nobody else considered that, but like for me, it was like, oh my God, that's such a really cool way of seeing it. Fuck off, Kevin. I see you smirking. Of how that all works. You know, like it's really neat. They're not just showing the Empire as thuggish idiots who are just goose-stepping their way across the galaxy. There are finer points that are being considered. And I really enjoy that. I enjoy that.
MC says, finally we got the ISB. Director Krennic, Yularen, and Agent Callus are from there. All great characters. Wait, did Yularen do much? He was in Clone Wars, right? I think I remember that name. Was there other stuff too? Ernie, do you recall?
Rebels, I
Yoko?
think, right?
Rebels and Clone Wars was
I don't think
Yo-
Clone Wars. What was he?
Callus was from Clone Wars. From Rebels.
Callus is from Rebels.
Callus
Yularen.
is Rebels.
Yularen's in a book too.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
is
know
it?
anything about that.
no, I think because I think Yularen was in Rebels as well.
I think so too.
They took over.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, not
Okay.
Clone Wars, Rebels.
Perfect. All
which
right.
book was he in?
I don't care about books. Come on. Showing
Shut
the
up.
Empire as an actual government is nice. Yeah, it's not just stormtroopers who can't shoot things and just brute force of sending troops everywhere. Like they've got some sort of strategy, somewhat. But one of these supervisors is recapping what happened over on Ferrix, and he mentions the stolen Imperial star path, which catches the attention of Dedra. Her name is Dedra something.
Oh, Dedra. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dedra? Not
Yeah.
Deirdre?
No, Dedra.
Jetty.
And also,
Coruscant.
this guy here gives a
Yavine.
nice Easter egg. There's an increase in construction shipments going to Scarif. So
Scarif.
the increased in security there. Scarif. Who was
This is-
reading
yes.
everything wrong the other night?
Like a sickly Ron Howard.
Ernie.
No, that was Mike. No, I mean
Oh.
as a joke. Met, what's
Oh,
going on?
Mike
Says
with his
Yularen
Pokemon
is the
name?
voice of yeah. Yularen is the voice of the Clone Wars intro. Is he the same actor?
I don't
There
know.
you go.
Possibly.
All right, thank you everyone in the chat. Wolf Yularen was in episode 4 as well. Perfect. So a nice little callback or call forward to Scarif.
Yeah.
Technically, it happens afterwards. All right, so this is the planet that Luthen and Cassian are headed to, Aldani. And he says, I need you to pick a name and like an alias for yourself. And Cassian says, Clem. I didn't catch this the first few times. Clem is Marva's partner.
Oh,
The other
his
dude
dad.
that was on the ship.
Maybe possibly his father figure who was hanged?
Possibly. Yes.
Not hung, but hanged. Right?
Sorry.
Ernie?
Yes. Yeah.
He's
Been
got it.
saying
Totally
that all
different
week.
meaning. He was
Did you know
hung.
that guy was hanged?
There you
He's
go.
not hung? Yeah. My bad.
Big
bad.
differences, my friend. Big difference.
My bad. Yeah.
That's why they changed it. Okay, so for the next 5 days, you're going to be known as Clem.
My fault.
As a deposit, he gives Cassian this Kyber crystal.
I don't know no better. I try.
Okay.
Clem Fandango. That's right. Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango. Thank you, Aaron S. That is why that made me laugh. I could try to figure out why the name Clem made me laugh. And if for those of you who don't know, Matt
Correct.
Berry, who does the voice of the asshole droid in Book of Boba Fett, but is also in What We Do in the Shadows. He's also the star of his own show called Toasts of London. And there's a bit where he's a British actor. He does voiceovers, and he works in the sound booth. And one of the great foils to his characters is a producer by the name of Clem Fandango, and he always does, "Toast, this is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?" And his response is, "Yes, Clem Fandango, I can hear you." And there's this running gag about this whole thing. And so that's the name, Clem Fandango. Thank you so much, Aaron S., for finally being able to connect the dots for me, because when he said Clem, I immediately chuckled and I didn't know why. I just thought, what a silly name. But now I know exactly why. It's Clem Fandango. Thank you. Sorry. I'll continue drinking. You continue talking about Star Wars.
All right. Let's all
I
talk
just
about
wanted to say this crystal is really pretty, and I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yoko.
Why is it so big though?
This is the thing I might buy from the show.
It's a Kuwati Signet.
The Black
Ernie?
Series, Quaddy Signet.
Yeah.
In 1/18 scale, so it'll be like this big. But it'll be in a sliding box.
He gives this to Cassian as a down payment, I guess, or a deposit to say, don't sell this for less than 50,000 credits.
Yes.
I'll be back for it. Celebrates the uprising against the Rakuten invaders. That's the website you use to get money on your purchases. The Rakuten invaders.
That's
that one?
so lame. I must be drunk. I'm laughing my ass off at that.
Must be
Rakuten.
drunk if Kevin said
my
something
God.
that made Paul.
Yes. No, I'm sorry.
I don't know
I'm
why.
sorry, everybody.
When this scene, when the ramp came down and all the smoke came out, I was like, why is there so much? And then I'm like, oh, the hydraulics. And then when I watched it with my wife, she's like, why is there so much smoke on the ramp? And I'm like, I asked the exact same thing.
That's been established as an in-world. I mean, it always happens. When a ramp goes down, Millennium Falcon, a Lambda-class shuttle, when the ramp goes down, the steam comes out. Don't
It's
tug
just
on the
perfect
thread.
for the lighting. Perfect for
Don't
the lighting.
tug
For the scene.
on the thread, Kevin. Okay? It all comes apart if you tug on the thread.
He's here. He lets Clem know. Clem. Now I'm calling him Clem. Damn it. He lets Cassian know he's meeting with somebody else, his contact. And he's already laying the groundwork. He's like, she's going to resist at first, but I'm going to talk her into it, and it's all going to work out. And it plays out exactly like he says. It's just, this guy's a total, I don't know, super spy, player, manipulator, everything. Just he's got it. It seems like he's got it all figured out. And at first, I thought he was kind of replaced, kind of like he was part of the plan, and he's trying to replace himself with Cassian, so he doesn't have to be part of it. It doesn't seem to be like that later on. I don't know if anyone got that feeling, but as they're chatting, Cassian kind of looks at the controls of the ship, and it looks like he's trying to. He's like, I can make a run for it right here. After that guy talked me into it, I don't know if I really want to do it, but here's a chance. And as he's looking at it, the modified droid thing immediately pans over you. Can I help you with something? And the look on his face, like a child, who was planning something, and like the parent got him. He was like, he didn't even say anything. He just kind of looked it off. I thought, again, he just played it off so well.
So here's the question I have about it. So he shaved, right?
Mhm.
You see him with the razor, and he shaves his beard off, but he's got the stubble, and that bugged me as somebody with facial hair. When I shave, that's gotta be the shittiest razor in the world to leave
It's
that
a
kind of-
knife.
No, but even when he like towels off his dry face, and let's be honest, his face was completely dry, and he's toweling off a dry face. To leave that kind of stubble, that must have hurt so much, because the knife really didn't get down to that. Like, if you've ever shaved your face, I don't know, Kevin, if you've ever have,
No,
but I've
I
had to
haven't.
shave my face. Ernie, I know you've shaved your face, but
Yeah.
that kind of like, there was so much stubble left on his face. I was like, did he really shave it? Like, I don't know. I've never done that with a straight razor. Like, you can have pair of clippers that buzz down to a certain point, but don't get to the smooth shave. But with an actual blade, that kind of bothered me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just another tangent I'm going off of because I
I've
can.
had a mustache once.
Did he? Did you, Kevin? Did you have a mustache, or was that just a little bit of dirt that you
No,
needed to wipe
no.
off?
It was facial hair. I wouldn't go ahead and assume.
When
No,
did he
it's like
have
it's
facial
just-
hair?
Like, it's on YouTube. Go back
Early
to episode
episodes.
1.
Paul
What?
hasn't watched anything on this channel, so
I'm Googling this shit right now.
Google.
Really?
What do you think? He had like a Gillette on the plane? Like, it was just his knife that he used to cut
Dude,
his
man,
Band-Aid.
they have AI on spacecraft. You're telling me they don't have a straight razor that can shave his face clean? Come
Actually,
on,
it seems
man.
like a guy like Luthen would have extra razors.
So
on
this is
there
what
and be
bothered me
like,
too. Like, there's that, but and this bothers me. And this happens back in episode 3, where when they're on a speeder bike, they're going at extreme speeds, right?
Mhm.
Why does it never look like they're going? Their hair isn't whipping back. Their face isn't. when he and Luthen were taking off down, and you can see that fucking speeder bike just jet. But when they show them on it, like their clothes aren't rippling back fast enough, their hair isn't like just being whipped back. It's like they're going at a very leisurely sort of bike riding
The
pace.
atmosphere must be different.
Nice, Yoko.
Bullshit. But yeah, that's great. Same thing with Anakin when he's like going through Tatooine looking for his mom. He's not going
It's the
fast.
force. It's
like
the force.
He's using the force. His cape isn't flapping back for him. Watch it. Everybody's watching there, just like when you're watching you know, the disgraced security officer and hearing Tom Cruise's face. No, you can't hear his face. His voice. Oh my god, I'm drunk.
You hear
Watch
his
those-
face?
Hurt your
Shut
face.
up. Watch
Now
those
that's a
speeder
face I
bike
can
scenes.
hear.
Watch those speeder bike scenes and tell me there's not a discrepancy between the perceived speed that they're supposed to be going at and how much their clothing is being whipped in the wind. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you can bring it up in the next meeting with.
Oh,
I
they're
don't
not
know.
going to ask me that.
With Dave and John. Yeah.
I've done it
Yeah.
now. Lucasfilm, they're going to come down and go.
I have some
You're
feedback
out.
with regards to space shaving, John.
They're going to cancel my black. It's like we had this whole Black Series sliding box set for you and your helmet. That was going to be the other side of it. Was going to be your helmet. Yeah,
And a shaver.
and
the
a shaver
paperwork.
and the
shaver.
paperwork. He never
Carl
says
Spears
paperwork. He never says paperwork. He says reports. That's
Sorry.
another. What is it called?
Your report.
Jack of reports.
No, that whole when people there's a term for it when people misremember something and what's it called?
The Mandela effect.
That's it. No, is it
Yes.
something else? It's close to that. I don't. You're cut.
Carl, I don't know.
I'm
if
still
you're
waiting for my
watching the replay.
puppies, Kevin. I am
Ask
still
Carl.
waiting for my puppies.
He says,
I
"Sorry,
was
Paul, no
promised
puppies." But yeah, Carl, man, thank you. I don't know if you're watching the replay, you're catching up, or just skipping through the video. But if you get to this part, again, thank you so much, man. That was very
It's okay,
nice of
Carl.
you.
When
Thank
you
you.
get to this part.
Thank you. I blame Kevin. Really, no puppies.
I'm in the future. Yeah, he's just Luthen is just talking his way through this conversation. Val has no real edge. He's got every angle covered. He's like, you need an extra body. Right here, you're vulnerable and you know it. He's just making all the points for her, or just not making the points for her, but like just calling out stuff that she maybe was refusing to kind of admit. He's like, I'm buying you critical redundancy. If anything happens, that's why I have him on, like a mercenary. He's disposable. So it's just another great scene. In the middle of talking, he just tells her, he's like, look at me.
Yeah.
It scared
That was
me.
that was like a weird flip there. Like, when a psychopath, when a murderer is like forgets to leave it on for a second, and
Well, and that fits with the whole wig thing where he's like,
yeah.
it's like he's scary. This
Yeah.
is one scary dude, and you don't know if
Yeah.
he's gonna snap or not.
I think scary is his real personality, and he's hiding it most of the time, and then he slips up every once in a while.
Star Wars
I can't
Buffalo
wait
Bill.
to find out more about what's going on with this dude. Yeah, there you go. He's disposable. All right, so he's kind of talked his way in. Vel's like, oh, if anyone, why, how am I going to explain it to my team that we're doing this job in 3 days and we have a new person? He's like, well, tell them that this was part of the plan the whole time. It was your idea. So he's really sold it to her. Back on Ferrix, they're cleaning up after the mess. This guy's cleaning that blue ramen Chinese food takeout container here. He's clearing out their trays. So
Yeah.
awesome that it's still there in the scene from the premiere, episode 1.
No, but this
Dirty.
is different though. This is on the.
This is a different room.
Yeah, no, this is not the. Oh no, it is. Sorry, I'm drunk. Fuck! Don't listen to me.
All right.
I'm so no. You're right. You're absolutely right. This is. I thought. Anyways, doesn't matter. Shut up.
We can edit this part out. Don't worry.
No, leave it in. Leave it in. It's good. It's good. This is what happens when you get sloppy, Ernie.
Yes.
Rule
Ernie.
number one.
Sorry.
Rule number one. Don't
Never
get
get
sloppy.
sloppy.
Roll number
Never
Uh,
get sloppy. No, I honestly
get
I got it confused because I forgot that it was the paid security forces, whatever they're called. They are the ones that are getting bossed around, and so yeah,
Mhm.
that's absolutely it. The
Pre-more, I believe. But
Primo.
now they messed up too far. ISB is taking over. The Empire's here, cleaning up their
So
mess. Literally.
What I got really like jazzed about was if you zoom in, Kevin, there are mud troopers there. So there's the ISB goons, like they're kind of clean, but then you see those, yeah.
This guy?
Look at that, yeah, clean mud troopers.
Mhm.
See, like now they were called swamp troopers, mud troopers / this. They were on Minbin. If you watch Solo, I actually have built this cosplay, but this is a clean variant, and I kind of love that because this is like these are kind of like a step up from regular troopers, but a step down from stormtroopers, right? So these are kind of
Oh.
like grunts that are on the field, and that's
Is
what
it
I
a-
kind of love is that
Is
they're
it
there.
only a
So-
mud trooper because they're muddy?
well, that's what they were called in Solo because they
Right.
were in the mud in Minbin, right? But
Right.
the actual, I think, the designation was swamp troopers. Stop
Okay.
laughing, man. One day,
Swampy.
swampy. Anyways,
From
but
mud
they
to
are
swampy.
because you can see their faces, right? And
Mhm.
they should have. I mean, they had the respirators on Minbin because they needed them. But I love the fact that they're folding them into this. So there's a little bit of that link there, that lineage. And this is a great scene too. Such a good scene.
These three guys getting dressed down by the ISB supervisor.
Yeah.
He's basically telling them like, "Oh, you're basically all fired. You know,
Game of
you're not-
Thrones reunion.
you might get your personal belong." Wait, is this Game of Thrones people?
The guy in the middle was from Game of Thrones, absolutely. And I think Linus, the guy on the left, is from Game of Thrones. But I'm going to look at this right now.
Win or lose, can you use your powers for good and see if these people are from Game of Thrones and not DMing Paul of the video of me with facial hair? Use your
Use it
powers
for
for
good?
good, sir. Come on.
What?
I knew me as you said that.
I
And the
love
middle
Paul's
guy's
live
got-
reaction.
Yeah. The middle
Paul's
guy's
live
got to be
reaction to
pissed.
Kev's hair. Oh yeah, because he
Yeah.
told him not to. He specifically told him.
Yep.
Everything
do
that he
any of
said is
Yeah.
what is happening. Everything.
But then the guy at the ISB guy is just like he cuts him to pieces because he says only like this whole like sort of detachment, this ineptitude, this whole like yes,
Idiocy.
it's
or something like
because
that.
you left this other guy because you were so detached that this happened. If you were more involved, this wouldn't have happened. But because you left and trusted this moron on the right to do all these things, this is what happened. And it's like
That seems-
everybody in that line gets tarred and feathered. And
It seemed
I
really
think
unfair.
justifiably
He was
so.
at a meeting with the
I
Empire.
don't remember
Dude,
the
man.
scene at all.
That was his job, though.
Oh.
Dude in the middle, Game of Thrones guy, that was his job.
He's got
Yes,
to
he went
be
for
like
me.
a.
Don't trust that idiot like go-getter. You should have seen right away. How can you see that these guys
was-
died because of misadventure and all this stuff and not realize that the dude with the custom tailored uniform wasn't going to be such a fucking go-getter that he was going to overstep his bounds? Come on, man.
Why
Come
does he?
on.
His outfit looks a lot better. Like that's a very aesthetic action figure if they ever made those uniforms. This one looks very uninspired for sure. This guy has to be like a northern lord or something. Someone in the north in one of the
No, I think
Lords
he
of the
was
House.
yes, he was one of the heir that one kingdom where they had that big pit where where Littlefinger pushed that woman through the hole.
oh, in the Erie.
Yeah. I think that was him. I'm just double checking.
Spoiling
now.
everything for Yoko. This dude was just ridiculous when he put his hand up, and the dude and the ISB guy's like, "Seriously? Did you watch
Really?
afterwards?" He was like,
Yeah.
very,
I
very
don't
slowly
remember
lowered
the
his
scene
hand.
at all.
Really?
I
Was
was
this
gonna
a
say that.
midnight 30 thing? Did you
Well,
fall asleep?
I did fall asleep watching during midnight 30, but I rewatched it yesterday.
You don't remember this, really?
I still
It's a
don't remember.
great
That's the
scene.
most hilarious part. Is him.
I know that dude's
Dude's
the
going
best.
off and he's straight, and he literally
pardon me.
seriously. Yeah. Am I in trouble too?
I'm really confused. I feel like my version didn't have this scene.
Come on, David De La Huerta says this scene was glorious. Yoko, I feel like you've
How did I
done
miss
this
it
episode a
twice?
great disservice
Yeah.
by.
He goes off on all of them. This is how he gets fired before he goes back to his mama's house.
Yeah, I saw him go to his mom's house. I thought that was the only time we
Mama's
saw
house.
him.
Oh my god.
No, this was it.
This is another
Weird.
character where I'm like, what are his intentions? What are his motivations? So, ISB supervisors like, you rung the final bell on corporate independence. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Your company is out. Empire's taking over. I hope you're happy. But to screw up so badly, part of me is like, did he want to do something like this? But then what would be the motivation to get the Empire here? Like there's something's off. Like it doesn't seem like he's just made a mistake. I feel like this is almost intentional the way he's doing this, but I just can't figure it out. So like him and Luthen are two people where I'm like, I gotta keep an eye on them. I don't know what their motivations are.
So yeah, guy in the middle was Yoan Royce, and he was he was like what we said, like the house, like he was one of the lords in the Eyrie, and yeah, so yes, Game of Thrones.
Royce. Yes.
Game
All right.
of Thrones.
Are you watching Hot D, Paul?
I beg your pardon.
House of the Dragon.
Oh, sorry. Hot D. I'm like, no, I haven't.
Not that one.
I don't know, man. You said Hot D. Sorry. No, I've never heard it referred to as that. I have not. I want to see it.
Not a real fan.
We've been a little bit busy lately, so no, I haven't. But that is something I haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
It's fine. When you have time, just go to Google and type in Hot D, and you'll find it.
But I'll do that right now. Oh, look, Kevin, it's a picture of you. What's going on? Hot D.
With or without the facial hair?
Is that? As of this morning, the Morlana system is under permanent Imperial authority. Wait, did you Google it?
Hot D? No, I did not.
Okay, back on Aldani. Vel
want me
reveals to. No, well, in your own time, if you choose, no judgment.
Google Jaws hot dog.
No.
I've already done that. I've already done that. Thank you, Yoko. Now I need to go to Japan just to experience that in person.
Definitely comes up in Google, says Aaron.
It does.
Vel reveals to Cassian that their job of stealing the payroll is through an Imperial armory, which Cassian is, understandably and also visibly like in disbelief. It's like, how many people do we have? 6, 7 against a whole
totally
armory?
saw this part for the record.
Okay, so now the show has devolved to which scenes has Yoko seen and which has she not.
Now we're back on
Oh
track.
my gosh.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Kevin was sneaking in those pictures.
Twice.
Again, what's her relationship with Luthen? How are they connected? Because the whole thing of she needs to seem like she's in control. What guy? I don't know what guy you're talking about. There's nobody
She's
there.
So angry.
Is she angry?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like she's the boss, right? And he's a supervisor. She's the boss. You just threw in somebody else into your little plan.
Into my crew 3 days out.
Right.
Great spot.
And what do you want me to do? I think that was what her anger stemmed from. And then he yelled at her psycho-wise. And now she has to accept it. Yeah. Like, okay. And how am I going to convince this to everybody else? Yeah. Nobody's supposed to know about Luthen at all. So just all of a sudden you went and picked up so-called Clem and he's part of the crew now.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like having more help would be a good thing.
Right. And that's what she's trying to explain to them, but she doesn't even believe it herself. And then,
Well,
It
there's a
makes
line
sense,
later
though.
on when one of the other guys was like, some heads up would be nice, and she says, "On that, I can agree." And when I heard that,
Yeah.
like watching this 3
Yeah.
times, she was kind of saying, like, you know what? I didn't really get a heads up on this either.
yeah.
Right. So she was kind of relating to him in that way, but to him, he's just like, you know what? I agree with you, but she's saying to me, she was saying it from a different perspective of not really being told and just having someone dropped on her team.
But she knows. I mean, the dynamic is, they've been for months. They've been training for this, and then suddenly somebody new gets dropped in, and it's a dangerous situation because they're like, security is critical, and this is literally days before they're going to hit this thing. So I understand the
They have
reluctance of the
The
entire group.
luxury of days, not hours, not
Right.
minutes.
It's still freaky for them because like they've been working together in training. Now, the argument is he provides critical redundancy. They needed, like, they were shorthanded as it was. If one of them goes down, then it's a big problem, right?
He
So
steps in.
yeah, there is that. And he can fly, he can fight, he can lie, he can do all these things, but the timing
can kill.
sucks. Yeah. The timing sucks. And I
Gang,
get
gang.
it. Like, they are so paranoid. They've been living,
Don't get it.
in the highlands, eating roots and shit like that for months. So I get it. I mean, they say that this is all in the dialogue. And they're like,
Mhm.
they don't know
I heard
him.
it.
Yeah.
I think they're. I disagree.
They don't know him, though. I don't know. They don't know him. They don't know him. And if you
Yeah.
were in their position,
I don't know
too-
him. I don't even like him. I just
Well,
think
that's the thing. Yeah, you would be like, and I get it.
Yeah.
And I think this is, for me, this is the perfection in the writing. I can see both sides of the equation, and it's not a good situation. He's necessary, but they don't have to like it, but they accept it. And this is the thing that I kind of like. He's this begrudging, like, they realize they do need somebody else, and they realize that timing is shit, and they don't know him. And he's there, and he's like, "Oh, like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I'm here. This is it. No one's allowed to talk about Luthen. He's not allowed to talk about Luthen. She's caught in, like, Vel is caught in a tight spot because she has to accept him, and she realizes that, yeah, we do need him, and we don't like it, but this is how high the stakes are. They're all freaked the fuck out, and I think that's great. This is conflict. This is great writing. This is great acting. They are like, and this is perfect for me. I love this on all the different levels because it's so messed up. And we know Andor, or we know this, but they don't. And so this is great. I think this is great. And I'm really excited about what's going to be happening in the next episode.
that one guy was kind of open to him.
Yeah, but you know he's gonna die.
He's totally gonna die. That's the
course
next
it
thing I was
is.
gonna say.
Who was the one
He's
who was
totally
asleep?
gonna die.
On that we can agree.
Come on,
That's
yeah,
really
the
good.
foreshadowing is
So
so
dead.
hard on him. And have you guys watched? Have you guys seen The Bear? Have you guys been watching The Bear on Disney Plus?
No. What's that?
that? Okay, so this is a series that a friend of mine put me on. It's called The Bear. It is about this Michelin 5-star chef who's like this hot shit up and coming star in New York, and he ends up just walking away from this great restaurant to go back to Chicago because his brother died, and he's trying to save his sandwich shop. And so it's this great look at the machinations of a kitchen in a really disorganized, dysfunctional little shitty sandwich shop in Chicago. And so one of the guys who's part of the crew, he's the one that puts the gun to a dead guy's face and says, if you're part of Saul Guerrero's group, they put your head on a pike for fun. He plays the cousin Carmine in The Bear. And so when I saw him in Andor, I cheered because he's a great actor. He's fantastic. Watch The Bear. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's so much. It is this really intense, super cool. And again, it is a show where there's just scenes that happen, and it's just two people talking. And as a performer, I'm like, it's almost theatrical, like stage production, where they're just talking, and you get so much character development. I just love it. I love it. And so he is, what's his name? I want to look it up. His name is he's brilliant. But he plays the cousin in that. I'm just looking at it right
I'm
now.
gonna check it out. I'm checking it out right now. I
Yeah.
see Brother Bear on Disney Plus.
Ebon, sorry,
Still a good
his
show.
name is Ebon Moss. Yeah, Ebon Moss Bacharach, and he plays on Andor Arvel Skeen. But he's a dude that comes up with a gun to the dude
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
Skeen.
know he's gonna die. Just because
Right.
he's so nice,
That
he's like,
poor
we can
kid.
use all the
Yeah.
help we can get. And you're like, dude, you're dead. You're
He's a
so
kid.
dead.
He's too trusting. Yeah, he's dead.
It's like, oh,
He's so dead.
you're so nice.
He's
You're
dead.
dead. You're dead.
He's dead.
You're gone. Like Ernie, you're cut.
Thanks.
Like,
Yeah, he gone.
we love you,
Gone.
but you're cut. We
He's
know.
You're too nice.
that movie.
You're a good kid. You're gone.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
but you're gone.
Yoko survives at the end of this movie. I'm
Mhm.
the asshole that gives Ernie, the lovable guy, a hard time. Kevin just gets eaten by a monster. But it's Yoko who survives at the. We all know our
I'm the
roles,
final
and we
girl?
play them. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a monster in this episode.
yeah. You don't even see it. That's the thing. You get eaten so quickly. You're
That's
the
a
jump
scene that
scare.
I didn't see.
You're You're the Sam Jackson character who gets bitten by the shark, giving that big heroic speech, and you're gone. Big Brown Ocean. Sorry, Deep Blue Sea. That's the name of it.
Big Brown Ocean is.
That's what we called it.
No, it's
No.
deep blue
We
sea.
called it.
No.
We called it that at Blockbuster. We called it Big Brown Ocean because it was so full of shit. But sorry.
All right, back in the ISB.
Yeah, poster of that. Yeah.
She's
We back here. I thought we were done the episode.
Speaking of
Not-
IBS,
more
No.
hours to come for this episode.
ISB, my friend.
Here, I looked up the name.
Ernie
ISB
does fall into a
Supervisor
pit.
Dedra Miro. Nah, that's a little on the nose. But it's still okay.
everybody knows it's gonna happen. God,
That's not. You want to go for what they're not expecting. It has to work. It has to be natural. Or would it be so natural that he does fall in the pit? Oh my goodness!
That
Like
would
it
be
seems like
like-
it would be too obvious. Like it's not going to happen because that's too obvious.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, "Yep, called it,
But so perfect.
called it."
and I
and
all
she's
right, so
She's
she's fantastic.
Yeah.
They're looking into what happened to the Star Path unit. She has a hunch that it's a unit that was stolen from here. I have Steer Guard, which is a place under her jurisdiction. So
Mhm.
she's like, "Oh, now I have jurisdictional access. I want the report from the guy who's looking after Ferrix." Her subordinate here, this guy is giving me like young Tarkin vibes. Like, all the facial features. The timeline doesn't work, but it looked like it could be him. Maybe, I don't know. Like
That's is that racist, Kevin?
no, like the kind of
I don't
sunken eyes.
It looks
The
like
cheekbones.
Tarkin. Nah,
Everyone looks like
could be
Tarkin
racist.
to me.
maybe.
No,
I'm
these-
just
these
saying,
people,
maybe
these people, the ISB.
These people, the
Maybe.
ISB, racist. Were you on Andor? No, sorry, just racist.
sorry.
Sorry.
What? Wait,
oh,
what?
here,
I'm
back to
drunk.
the,
I don't
what?
like.
What is
Honestly, I'm the
this?
worst.
this is the serial killer scene when he's putting on his wig.
Oh, okay.
Lupin
Now
on
I
his ship.
could not
Did you
figure out what I was looking
Checking
for.
in with
Oh yeah,
checking in
it's
with
in
Yoko.
front of the
Did you see
video
this scene?
camera, where he's like,
That's what
"Would
I
you
was gonna say.
fuck
Yeah,
me?
this is
I'd
the
fuck
yeah.
me."
This is the Buffalo Bill
Right.
scene. You
Yeah,
hear it.
exactly. Thank you, Ernie. God, I love you. Thank you. That's what it
And he starts dancing in front. He's
He's
turning.
got
Look at
somebody else's skin
So
on,
creepy.
doing like that.
no, look at
So
look at him.
creepy.
He's getting into character. It's someone
Yep.
who's acting to be someone who's acting to be someone, and like that just blows my mind. But,
Do you want
they
antiquities?
changed the transformation is just so like on and off. It's spectacular.
I have antiquities. Look at him. That's creepy. Are those pajamas that he has on? Yeah.
No,
Do you want
those are his big boy daytime clothes. Like the whole demeanor, the way he speaks, everything changes. Clothes, obviously, it's just awesome. And this is the scene. There's a this is another
That's the
part
guy
where they
from the
mention-
bear. That's the guy from the bear. That's the cousin, Carmine. He's great.
So he's talking to the kid who's gonna die.
and I cheered. And he doesn't look like Tarkin, although maybe. Kevin, what do you think?
Maybe.
Does he give off Tarkin vibes?
I need to add the Jason Lowe video on here. Maybe. But yeah, there's another scene where they mention Saw Gerrera and other factions who are much more ruthless. If you caught them sleeping, he sneaks up on the kid sleeping, which is the first sign that he's going to die.
And here's what I love too.
While you were napping, they would have slit everyone's throat.
This is what I love. American accent. He doesn't sound like a Brit. I'm sorry. It's like Planet England. I get it. They shot it in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that there is a diverse, like the fact that he doesn't speak with the British. I mean, the kid who's going to die, Scottish accent. Great. Lovely. He's dead. They're in the Highlands, playing shepherds. I got heavy, what's the name of it? Braveheart vibes from this. Right?
Paul, last week you mentioned something about
I'll be right back.
AK-47s not
Oh,
looking
here we
like
go.
they're in universe. Was that
Here we go.
in reference to today or this
Yes.
episode?
You look at that and like the internet lost their collective minds over the fact that one of the weapons that the guy, one of the crew is carrying, look, it was just straight up AK-47 or an AK variant. And like for me, that's like, knee pad gate again. Like when during Mandalorian, when the scout troopers had their knee pads upside down and people were like all up in arms. And I kind of go, if that really brings you out of the story, I don't know. Like I get it. And I have friends who are like professionals, but they're professional prop builders who go, they could have done a little bit more, like how hard is it to add a scope, to add greelies or this or that. But at the end of the day, like they are professionals. And so that's their job to look for that. But for everybody else, it's kind of like, you know what? Is it really outside of that scope of possibility? Is it going to take you so far out of the story? Is it going to ruin this experience for you that you're going to go on the internet and complain about it? That's what gets me. It's like there's so much going on with this story that I loved. Is that really going to pull you out? Is that going to be that's the line? That's the line in the sand? Horrible episode.
Same outrage with war veterans when they saw Han Solo's DL-44 for the first time, and they're like, "Hey, that's a real gun that I know from."
Did that actually happen?
No, I'm being facetious. Ernie, are you? Hold on.
He's trying to eat his candles.
I didn't want to eat them on screen.
Okay, but when you saw those guns and you're like, okay, those look like regular guns, did you ask yourself? Because I did. I'm like, in universe, do those shoot bullets or are they like
they're blasters?
bolts?
They shoot blasters.
Does anything in universe shoot bullets or it's all energy?
I think it's established that they're all energy weapons. It is a galaxy far, far away. But I mean,
no bullet.
In the last episode, one of the characters said shit.
Same thing.
These are things I've never thought about. I'm just gonna say.
But see, thank you, Yoko. And that's a thing. You go along for the ride. It's just like really, all of the things. I think sometimes with what happens with the internet is I need to prove how clever I am, or how much of I can make this point. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna vociferously complain about this one thing. And I kind of feel like, so this is it. That's the line in the sand you're gonna draw. This is the hill you're gonna die on. This series is shit. Or oh my god, they haven't done this because of that. I mean, that's what bothers me. Shut up, Nico. I'm just kidding.
Slug throwers.
Absolutely. But it still looks like a blaster when they shoot it, right? When they're shooting at the pod racers.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm not calling a shit. I'm just wondering, do they shoot blasters?
Well, it makes sense that
bullets?
the Tusken Raiders wouldn't have like the latest technology.
That's racist.
They don't have the
Yoko.
newest iPhones.
That theirs is muskets.
So
They're
racist.
just using
Yoko.
muskets.
Yeah,
But they have
Yoko
macro
just called them
binoculars.
sand people.
Oh my god, here we go.
She
No.
said Tuscan. What's politically correct?
Tuscans
It's-
is.
What
It's
is
turned into
politically
this.
correct?
It's become this.
Unhinged. We are in Unhinged Hour. What's up, Nico Hodge? Thank you for tuning in. Good to
My
see you here,
excuse is
man.
I've been drinking steadily since 4 o'clock. So Easter.
Oh, I've done that on an episode too. It's the best. Go ahead.
We've never done that.
We haven't done a drunk episode.
No, I
I
think we
have.
should-
You've done a drunk episode. You've done many.
I have, but that's what I'm saying. None of
Boba
y'all
Squadron
have.
has not.
Boba
No.
Squadron is not.
It would be fun to have a drinking
I
game
think-
episode.
I think unfiltered Yoko would be so awesome, but so scary.
Oh,
Um,
she's made an appearance on here recently.
She has.
Really?
Again, Yoko.
With
follow-
enablers.
Oh,
With the
man,
enablers.
shit.
It was a good time. You
All
should
right.
have came to the
I should've.
enabler tower. We thought it was you. and not
right,
someone
where
snuck in
somebody
the door.
walked into the
right.
condo, into the Fortress
Um,
of Solitude. Oh man,
Adding more
Fortress
intrigue
of-
to
No solitude.
this dude's story. After he gets fired, he goes back to his mom's place. He's like,
we're back
"Hello,
on
mother."
this. Wow,
Hello, mother. She's trying to reel it in. That's why
good
I'm
save,
not drinking.
Kevin. I
That's
like
why I'm
that.
not drinking. And then you had to point it out. But she slaps him when she sees him. First thing she does. And then she hugs him and then yells at a nosy neighbor. What are you looking at?
Love it.
Adding more.
That's
to,
so
like,
British.
What's the deal with this guy?
That is
what's
so
he gone
British,
through?
though. I have to say, that's such a Brit thing to do.
Now who's racist? What's not?
Are you saying
I'm sorry. Am I
you-
being racist towards the colonizers? Sorry.
Yeah.
What is
What's
that?
not,
It's
Mario?
Mario, what are you talking about?
Oh,
What is he
Gordon
talking
Skowski
about?
says, I thought this was a drunk episode.
What's
Again,
up, Gordon?
we
always
collectively
drunk.
have not. Paul
What-
has
wait,
drank
what-
enough for.
What's Mario talking about?
I don't know. I
I don't
missed
know.
it too.
What the
'cause
hell
he
is he
said
talking
something
about? It's
wrong.
not. That's so cryptic. It's not. I'm scrolling up looking for this. I see
I
Alfredo.
think
Shut
when
up,
we said it would
Alfredo.
be fun, maybe.
Winger Lou
Here's
says,
why
I'm
we're saying-
curious why we are still following young Tom Cruise's story arc. But he's in the show. They're making a point of
You know he's
telling
coming
his story.
back. Come
It's
on.
part of it.
Is he
Something's
going to
happening.
join? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the big thing that I'm seeing now online. Is he going to join the Empire or the Rebellion?
Mhm.
Because I think that's where it's going. That's a whole intrigue. Where is he going to go? Because the Empire's basically said, fuck, dude, you're cut. You are so sucky. You cannot. So is he going to step up and go be even more like, Empire, I'll prove it? Or is he going to go, fuck you guys. I'm going to join the Rebellion because you guys are full of shit.
Origin
What do you think?
story. I don't
Right?
know. That's a good point.
Kevin, what do you think? No? You don't know? Ernie? Yoko?
I thought he was going to go full Empire. I do. It's just the way
But
that he
even now?
led that already. Yeah, I do.
Right.
Because that was an Empire. Now it's like if this was Empire, we would have. I would have been commended for what I did, not this. I wouldn't have been fired. Is
Wait,
what I feel like.
if it were Empire, he would have been commended?
Yeah, for going after a killer, right? For
But it was
somebody,
the
he
Empire.
would
And
have
they
made
said,
him.
you're so... The Empire, the ISB literally said, you are so fucking inept. Get out.
But
and they
the whole crew
fired his
though,
ass.
because it wasn't Empire yet. So now I feel like he
No,
wants to
but-
make that chance.
But he was... Okay, so the buddy who went and like fucking dismissed them all
Yeah,
was all like, this was another level of fucking stupidity.
yeah.
Get out. That he lost his job. It's not
He
like,
did.
hey, we loved your gung ho attitude. Why don't you sign up for the Corps? They didn't do that. They were
No.
like, get out.
Mm.
So I don't
So you
know.
feel
We'll
he may
see.
turn?
Does he step up and go, I'll prove you wrong? I'll
Correct.
show
That's.
you.
I think so.
So that's what you think.
Yeah, I think he's going to be Empire, like
Cool.
hardcore.
Yoko?
I think he's at that fork in the road, and whatever happens to him next is gonna push him one way or the other.
Or his mom will push him.
Right.
She definitely
I'm
slapped
laughing
him.
at myself because that's so vague and safe to
It
say,
is.
but
Are you being
Yeah.
deliberately
IS
vague?
You should be on the
I-
ISB, yes.
Yoko, are you being
awesome.
deliberately vague?
I am.
Kevin, what do you think?
Maybe
I'm
he
putting you on
joins.
spot.
Maybe he joins, becomes a rebel, and then somehow crosses paths with Cassian later on, and there's some conflict there
Okay.
because he knew him from before. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think we know enough of this
like,
dude.
I used to hunt you. Now we're working for you. Or with
Yeah,
you.
or is that
Yeah.
too much of like a Agent Callus story?
You know what?
Kind of
There's a
the same
lot.
thing.
There's a lot of recurring themes that happen in the Star Wars universe that I find. I remember with Carson Teva, one of the ideas that I was kind of playing with was when he says, I served during Alderaan, was maybe he was part of the Imperial Navy. And then he saw
Oh.
what happened and was like, I can't be with you anymore, and left. Right. And so that's his thing. But then there's so many stories like Iden Verso. Like you have all these stories of Imperials who defect to the rebellion afterwards. And I kind of thought, oh, maybe I don't know. But that was an idea that I kind of played with a little bit until I really thought about it and thought, maybe that's too much of the same thing, right?
I've never heard that from you before. That's awesome.
No?
On the next episode of Inside the Actor's Studio.
Here we go.
No,
gets
I like
fired.
that. I like that. What? Who's fired? Paul's
I didn't say
fired.
a thing.
No.
I get fired all the time.
Agent Callus. Did I say Asian Callus?
You
There's no
did.
such thing as an Asian Callus.
Asian Callus.
What does that even mean? All right, back on Coruscant. Again, the CGI of
This
this
is
whole part was beautiful, and I'm like looking at her car. You know, it's just like cool design. I was just like, man, if they could redo episode 1 or things like that with this kind of graphics, like it would be amazing. But she steps into this antique shop. Luthen is already there. He's got his assistant, and they're already, they're in the know. They're like, oh, look, she's got a new driver. They're already kind of planning out what's happening with this meeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, she says, you as well, Luthen. So that's his name.
Did she say
Oh,
that?
right
Oh,
here
yeah.
it is.
You can't see it because it's on my screen.
No.
YouTuber.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, well then, there you
Wow.
go.
Worst secret agent ever. Well, James Bond still goes by James Bond.
All right. So then it is.
But it's like
Luthen.
it's like
everyone.
nice to meet you, Superman or Clark. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm really surprised at that. Day of days.
It's his.
Chandrila.
Yeah, she's under the guise of looking for a present for her husband. It's his day of days. I don't know. It sounds like a more ominous thing, like he's gonna die, but it's a custom. Chandrila custom. I think this whole scene, just watching it play out, I'm just like, what the hell is gonna happen right now? Like, I cheered because it was Mon Mothma, but just wondering where
She's
it was
great.
going.
She is fantastic. Genevieve?
Mhm.
What's her name? Genevieve.
Sorry, I'm not on a first name basis with her like you are.
Well, I'm just trying to.
I don't know her name. I just assume you're all friends in the Star Wars universe. That's
Yeah,
all.
no, because I've met her
yeah,
and
John.
had
John
dinner
and
with her
Dave.
1,000 times. No.
And Mark and Harrison and
Gosh, Jesus Christ, why is she not there?
Paul-
Sorry,
Paul's really
I'm on
good at names.
IMDb. I'm looking her up. I'm drunk. I don't know. Maybe I'm
people
seeing
just
her name
guessing
wrong.
in the chat.
Genevieve
I don't know either.
O'Reilly?
That's what. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
We had Riley,
Thank you,
O'Neill, and then Riley, and then O'Reilly.
No, O'Reilly.
So Are we just pitching ideas? No, I'm kidding. Thank you, chat. Thank you,
Shut
chat,
up,
for looking
Alfredo.
that up.
Oh,
Sorry.
But yeah,
I'm yelling at the comments like an old man yelling at the clouds on the radio. Shut up! Sorry. I'm just reading the
but
comments.
of course, Star Wars fans, when they see stuff like this,
Budokan.
it's
Yeah, wait.
zoom in,
Hey, nerds, tell me about all the stuff in here.
zoom in,
Oh.
and what Easter eggs are there? Hey, nerds! It's
There's
Lord of the
so
Rings,
much.
you nerds.
They know more than we do. Honestly, I love that. And that's what I love. There's somebody in the comments will know more and educate us. I love that.
Luthen suggests a Utapawan monk cudgel, which looks like an awesome
Utapau.
weapon. Which is Utapau is the planet where Kenobi faces off with Grievous.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's where they blast him. Order 66 happens. He steals Grievous's ship. That's Utapau.
And
That's-
there's the right here, Yoko. You know this, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn. I didn't even
Yeah.
I
see
didn't notice
that.
that before.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
This
great.
is a Calicori,
Calicori.
which was made famous. When I say famous, I mean for Star Wars fans in Rebels.
Yeah.
Thrawn had one from Hera's family, and that's
Mhm.
heirloom that's passed down in the family, telling their story. So there's one here in the episode. It was wood, but I'm assuming.
But they make them, right? Like they make them
Yes.
themselves. So maybe a
Yeah.
richer family had one.
Such deep cuts.
It's so
That's
cool.
cool.
So cool. I don't know much of the other ones. Ernie, do you know more? This looks like. I mean, it
There's
almost looks like
That's Mandalorian.
Mando.
That's Mandalorian
right?
armor. That is. Yeah, for sure. That's your whole plate and
That's
everything.
pure
your
Beskar too,
chest.
right?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is the first iPhone.
Left on set.
It
Right.
does look like a phone.
It's not.
Game of Thrones.
That's a
Starbucks
wall
cup.
panel. That's a wall panel
Oh, it is.
control. Come on, guys. Come on.
Confirmed.
I can't remember what
Come
the
on.
snake head over there on the left is called, but that was
This.
yeah. That's a Sith artifact, I believe.
That's the Villa Real
I think
cut
yeah.
scene.
there you go. I think
Look at that.
what's his name?
Ernie.
The blue
Go
guy.
on, fella.
The thing in the back
Get it
of
out.
Star. Which thing
The
is
blue
from
guy,
Star
Max
Killer?
Rebo?
No. Not Tarkin.
Oh,
Thrawn?
Thrawn?
Thrawn. I think Thrawn has it up in his room.
Oh,
You have
Thrawn
to
does
think
have
of
like
his
a.
name, the blue guy?
Yeah, I totally lost it because we're in
Such
so much
disrespect.
geekdom right here.
This
It is
why you
disrespect.
get cut.
Yes, that is Star
Thrawn
Killer's armor back there.
Where?
The statue thing here.
oh,
the-
okay.
Bad Wolf
This-
says there's an inactive Gungan infantry shield in the corner. Yeah, I think it's that oval thing.
Yeah, the Gungan
The
shield and another
shield.
shot.
This feels like a display they could take to cons.
Yeah.
Like what Lucasfilm's been doing the last few cons I've been at. They have like all the costumes on display in a row.
Right.
But wouldn't it be cool if they just like set this up as their booth to walk through and look at the artifacts? I think that'd be cool.
Paul comes out with the wig and he's like,
Awesome.
But I think that would be a really cool experience for them to take this
That
and
would.
drop it into a con.
That's the good one right there.
"This
Yeah.
is the money one."
Oh.
Yes. The world between worlds.
Yeah.
Rebels fans, sorry Mario, you're not there yet. But
This is
final
what
season.
happens when you don't do your homework.
Watch
Mario.
Rebels, guys. Watch it.
Rebels, and you can, if you don't know the reference, it's cool. But when you do, a nice little Easter egg for the fans. The show doesn't really do much of that in general, but this is like it seems like a natural spot for it.
It's so funny. Tony Gilroy went on record saying, "Oh, there's no fan service,"
Mhm.
but there's so much. There's so many deep cuts here, and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
his idea of fan service is different from everybody else's. But there is so much. There's so many interconnective things that are here. Deep cuts into the expanded universe, into the lore. It's amazing. And
Mario, I
guess
want you to watch Rebels, but not right now, dude. Like after, please,
Mario.
sir. But these are direct callbacks to some things that happened in that
Yeah.
show, and now it's in this kind of antique store. So super cool.
I feel like fan service. I mean, we don't need to get into this, but like the term fan service, I feel like it's thrown around a lot, and I feel like it's kind of misused sometimes. Like, is an Easter egg fan service? Not necessarily.
No.
No, I don't think so.
The whole idea of fan service is the cameo. There's the whole like, oh my God, there's Donald Trump in Home Alone in the airport getting.
It's like a gratuitous.
I don't think any fans were asking for that.
That's the word. Thank you. And I think that's what it's become. But really, there's so many, like you said, they're deep cuts, Easter eggs. Really, like you don't know unless you know, or do the freeze frame, like the frame. But I think you're right, Yoko. Yeah. Fan service has become this whole idea of the gratuitous cameo of, oh my God, there's this one obscure sort of like creator who's in the scene who you didn't know type thing. Or let's put R2-D2 and C-3PO in a scene that they really like. Does it add to the movie? Does it add to the story? No, it's fun to have them there type thing.
That scene in Rogue One on when R2 and 3PO just come out of nowhere for like no reason other than it's a rebel base, but like they're just there. I'm like, that's fan service. I didn't think it needed to really be there.
It's a fine line though. Like you look at it and go, yeah, is it fan service? Yeah, kind of. Does it add to the story? No. Does it make sense in universe? Kind of. They're on Yavin. It's nice to see them. Do we need to see them? No. Is it good to the fans? Yeah, but like there's that whole like episode 9 was like gratuitous, like way too much over the top, right? It was like we're gonna throw in John Williams and we're gonna throw in like it's that's when it becomes, and not to say that they haven't contributed to the Star Wars universe, absolutely not. That's not what it's about. But does it add to the story? Is it done in a manner that kind of like doesn't feel gratuitous? And I think that's where the fan service, when you hear that term, comes from. When it feels gratuitous, like we're just adding this on to win your approval, versus deep cut Easter eggs that are planted there for fans who happen to know the lore. If you're going to do the research and stuff, and you know it, you get immense enjoyment from, right? And these are things that are planted in the background, not featured, but planted in the background for fans, people to discover. You know what I mean? So some of these cameos are like, we're going to linger right on this background performer for a reason, and then we'll move on. Does it add to the story? Don't know. I'm in so much trouble right now. I can't help but think I'm so much shit.
I'm gonna have
I
to.
don't care. We sold our house,
and...
I'm drinking. So.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're good. Nothing has slipped. You're fine.
John Carmen in the chat. What's going on, channel member? Thank you for being here.
No, I will start talking louder. Toy Ren Sue, you got to give it a chance. I'm glad you were going to. Yeah,
got to.
Yeah, keep watching Rebels.
Yeah,
keep watching Rebels.
Trust me, you're gonna want to watch Rebels. Trust me, watch Rebels.
Yoko, no, Yoko.
Okay, back to the episode, guys. More of Luthen just being, incredible. He's like, oh, why don't you come to the back room? I've got something to show you. And then, like, in the same sentence, he's like, look, listen, if you can't handle this job, you got to let me know right now. Like, he gets right down to business. It's just, again, the flip of a switch. He's a whole different person.
And again, what a great fucking scene.
Yep.
Right? Like the stakes are so high. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is great. And they go to the back rooms, like, shit gets real really fast. And you can see she is terrified. She is absolutely terrified. She's on the precipice of, like, that is the very definition of being paranoid. There are new people at the bank. I've got a new driver. I cannot move money here or there. You're bugging me for all this shit. Fuck you. And she says, I want to bring somebody in. And he's like, oh, I don't know this person. I don't trust them. And she's like, do you think I've not thought about this? Do you think I'm an idiot? I mean, that's a subtext of this whole scene. And I love it. I
You
love
can
it.
see
And
the
with
fear
that,
and the stress on her face
Yeah.
with every sentence.
Like,
who's
shit
running
got
who? Are
real.
these two leaders?
What's
she's
that, Ernie?
funding it. She's moving money.
Yeah, no, she's the one. She's the
involved in
money.
way.
She's
Yeah,
the money.
so-
She's
He
rich.
says, I have all these
Okay.
mouths to feed.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I have to feed. Like, you got to give me the money. Where are you going? What are you doing? Which is odd since he has such an expensive shop. And you would
Correct.
think he would have more money. But I mean, that really tells me he doesn't have enough.
hmm
Like, and
To
I
get
love
away
the
from-
mention of Chandrilla, that she's from Chandrilla. And they are really cementing the haves and haves not, the have-nots. Chandrilla is obviously a very, very prosperous, wealthy people,
Mhm.
right? Like, and that's the thing. She's from Chandrilla. She comes from sort of, the upper class. And this is really great because we're not only getting the political intrigue, but we're getting a deeper idea or an insight into the economic sort of reality of the class structure in the Star Wars universe. Because you've got Tatooine, which is the ass end of the universe on one hand, and you've got Chandrilla, Hazian Prime, Coruscant on the other hand. So
It's all bootlegs.
oh my god,
What's up, Trevor?
brilliant.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope your stream
Trevor!
was good, man. He says this show is all fire. Thank you. I think Boba Squadron is pretty good too. I'm pretty sure you're not talking about Andor. But yeah, everything, the emotion in her face, everything that she says, to the point where she's like, I feel like I'm constantly under siege. And I'm like, my God,
Yeah.
you can feel it. She's
Yeah.
like, there's new faces at the bank every time. It's not that easy for me to move money around for you. There's a new spy every day in the Senate. And it's, seeing her show up to the shop and everything looks fine and dandy and you're wondering what's going on, and immediately just jumps into this. It's like, this is what we were like, what I was waiting for to see where the big turn is. There's more stuff here inside his shop in the back. Luthen's assistant is keeping her driver busy because he's possibly a spy, new driver spying on her, seeing where she goes. Nobody knows. She's watching him through the window as this is happening. And there's some stuff here. These look like the carbonite kind of freezing
Yes,
plaques,
it is.
doesn't it?
Yes, it is.
And
Do you
what's
see what
in
that
there?
looks like?
It looks like Indiana Jones's whip to me.
Yes, it does. Yes. Indy's
Right?
whip, dude. Yes. Indy's whip
carbonite.
in carbonite. That is
Oh,
freaking fantastic. Yeah. You pause it on the perfect spot. It's a quick flash.
I thought
So
I
this
didn't
is-
get it, but you can kind of
Didn't
see
even
it.
see that. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's Indy's whip. It
I could tell from the
in
light
carbonite. Yeah.
that it's carbonite, and I'm like, who's
Okay.
there? So I just got a quick screenshot.
Fuck,
for
okay.
It, but then
That's fan service. Fuck you, Tony Gilroy. That is fan service. You
Yeah.
can't fucking say there's no
Yes.
fucking fan and then have Indy's fucking whip in carbonite.
Look
Suck
at it.
Come on, man.
That's Indy's
off.
whip in carbonite.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Why the fuck would they have Indy's whip in there? That is pure fucking fan service. Come on, man.
unconfirmed.
Fuck
Unconfirmed.
off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I wish somebody would lighten
behind
to
it?
see what's exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I wish somebody would lighten.
Flip through it like
Yeah,
the
what-
poster
what-
It's
wrap.
staff of raw.
I'm like
And then
looking.
there's fucking Major Tote and fucking all the Hasbro Pulse fucking re-release. Release. That's what it is. Retro
Wait,
fucking
what?
indie with the whip. You
just
fucking know.
happened?
Come on, man.
What just happened?
Sorry.
Were there
Why
were
would you put a
holocrons
whip-
somewhere too?
In carbonite.
I didn't see the holocrons.
John, that's why that's one of those Easter eggs. Is just that it's a quick flash. There it is. And yeah, somebody else mentioned it. R2D2 and 3PO are in Raiders in the background
Yeah.
as they're lifting
In
the
the
lid.
hieroglyphics.
So
In hieroglyphics,
that's
absolutely.
this is it, and that further then puts my theory of Indiana Jones is just
No,
Han
Ernie.
Solo
Yeah, but
dreaming in
Okay.
carbonite.
Isn't something
No.
in Doc Ondar's, Ernie? From India? There's some
It used to be the Ark of the Covenant used to be up
Yeah.
there, and they took it out. Too
Oh,
many
they did.
people kept trying to get pictures from the corner, like me.
Too much fan service.
Too
Yeah,
much fancy.
yeah, not
Inside
to be on
Doc
your
Ondor,
parade,
so they
Ernie,
took it
but that
away.
was from 1982.
The what?
The R2D2 and C3PO in
Mm-hmm.
hieroglyphics. That was 1982. This was well before this was a thing.
I know
Right?
that. I'm just saying that's a theory. Yes, right. So do you throw this in there like that?
Come on,
It's just
man.
like the
It
name
was
of
a
the club
fun
is.
thing. Filmmakers who were friends putting little shit in there.
Yeah, the name of the club is Club Obi-Wan in Temple of Doom. At the beginning of it. Boom. There we go. So
Okay,
you throw
where
it
are the
in there.
holocrons? Is there more stuff?
They were on the shelf behind them. They look really large, but you can clearly see the square and the triangle one. I don't
Oh,
know why
shoot.
they were so big, but they are. There's a shelf back there and
It's
another
very
shot.
obvious fan service.
Yeah. And then
They're
it
like, in
looks
case
like
they
next
don't
to,
get it.
next to the holocrons, it looks like the stones from Temple of Doom. There's 3 stones sitting
The
next to the
anchor stones?
holocrons.
Do I
Yes.
see the holocrons here?
Where did that?
I don't see them.
Not in
It's-
this shot,
Oh.
right?
It's not at this shot.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry,
did you
I'm
know as well? In another shot, there's the Mandalorian's jockstrap hanging off.
Right next to
when does it
Boba
stop?
Fett's chonies.
When
Right next to the fat
Boba's
chonies.
chonies, that's
Right
the fat
next to the
chonies,
Fett chonies.
are
In the
hanging
used
there.
back
They're
the tank
bronze,
in the back.
and they're right there.
And the
When does it
back
stop?
to hot tub that Chrysanthemum and Boba Fett took a
Share.
bath in together, or a
They
hot
share.
soak in together. Okay, but here's the part where she's like, bringing it back. I think I found someone I think can help me. When this line came up, who did you have someone come to mind, or were you just
Bail
like,
Organa.
wonder who it could be? You
Okay,
think Bail's
I had
not
Bail Organa
already
right away.
in this?
Isn't he already?
But the thing with the
This is
rebellion,
pre.
there's packets and
Yeah.
different, people
I think it's
working
Bail
here and
Organa.
there. They're not connected, so maybe they're just getting a feel of each
Okay.
other.
Yeah.
So the
he's got
deleted
money.
scene from 3 is not canon at all. Where they
This
met.
is a question or a statement?
It's a question.
Okay,
It wasn't in a
So-
book. It wasn't anything. Because at the end of 3, there's a deleted scene where this actress, their first time playing Mon Mothma, and they all meet and Bail and everybody's there. I kind of
Mhm.
feel with so much of what Bail is to the story is that he's already a part of it. But you don't think so? You think this would
I don't
be
know.
his
I think
introduction to it?
if you're gonna put deleted scenes as canon, that's going a bit too far. Because there
That's
was
what I was
stuff
asking if
where
it was in a book.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, because they had Shakti being killed by Grievous. Is that canon? If they don't show it, is it canon? I don't know. It's like they don't show people going to the bathroom. Is that canon? Right?
Mm.
Like it's kind of that point where like
That's
where
your
do you
go-to.
You don't go to
stop?
the bathroom on your show, is that canon?
I don't need to. Sorry, but and that's the question. It's like, where do you stop? There are certain things that are in the deleted scenes. Should they be considered canon? No, I don't think so. If they're canon, they would be in the actual like movies or the TV
Okay.
shows. So I don't know. When she said I found somebody, I honestly thought it was Bail.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
That-
but
that's
then
what I
there's also a
'Cause-
lot for you, Yoko. A lot of people are saying Ahsoka.
But Ahsoka was working with Bail already.
yeah.
Well, I don't know the time. This is where the timeline confuses me with Rebels.
This is 5 years before A New Hope.
Yeah, no, I get that
Right.
part.
No, this
But,
5
like-
years
So-
BBY.
Well, how does
Yeah,
how do,
That's A
where
New
is
Hope,
this
dude, man.
Yeah,
with
sorry.
the
Come on. Come on, Kevin.
But
Be
with
better.
the
Use the
Rebels
proper letters,
timeline.
dude.
Be better.
BBY is canon now. You got to use that.
Dude.
like
Really?
the Rebels timeline?
Really?
Is it
You gonna do
parallel?
that? You do that to me? You throw me out
Rebels
the BBY
timeline.
bus?
What's the BBY?
You gonna throw me out
bus?
the BBY bus? We gonna have that conversation?
It's
This
established.
is
It's
5. Rebels
It's
is.
that-
Ernie's still
That's
catching
your
up.
argument. It's established. Stammer.
I'm trying to do the math. I'm writing
Dude.
it down and everything.
Just
No,
5,
I-
Ernie.
I think it's Bale because it makes sense. He's rich, comes from money, doesn't has no love for the Empire. Deleted scene aside, it makes sense to me. I could be completely wrong. I'm wrong a lot of times. I'll be the first to admit it. This is drunken sort of like, this is what I think. But the first thing when she said, I've met somebody, I think it's Bale because he fits a bill. It's not going to be like some fucking scumbag guy that she barely knows. It'll be somebody that will be in her inner circle that she will have met through the Senate or this or that she feels that she can trust. That's me. That's just me. What circles does she travel in? Who would she meet? Who would she know? And I think Bail Organa fits that bill.
Other senators, you know, when they're in the Senate, I guess you can kind of get a sense of people who, you know, there are people who don't care.
Well, you get that though. Like when she's talking to her asshole husband about who's being invited to this dinner, she's like,
right.
Why would you do you have no idea? And all he's like, but they're fun. Oh my God, they're fun. It's like, wow, that is such a privileged asshole position to take, you dilettante. You're so fucking bored with your life that you'd rather eat dinner with people who are the worst fucking human beings in the galaxy because they're fun. And I love that. I love the fact that she's like, okay, don't ever do this to me again. We have to do this. Like, I love that. She's not only getting it in her professional life, but she comes home and there's no respite from that. Her asshole husband is inviting the very people that are trying to railroad her. I love that. That is like, if you're writing a scene, that is conflict incarnate right there. I love that. I love that.
Do you love it?
What's that?
Yoko?
Does he love it? Do you love it?
Yoko!
We're gonna find out, right? There's
me deep, Shrek. You cut me so deep. I do. And I repeat shit when I'm drunk, but I truly believe in it. Oh man, I'm so hammered right now. Oh my God, that was such a donkey bray. Shut up, Ernie, you're cut anyway. No.
Yeah.
But I do like the intrigue. There's so many different in this episode. There are I love it. It's complex. There's so much subtext.
Well,
God,
they bring it
you're
up.
killing me.
Hopefully, they will. You know, it's something
killing me.
they a quick line there. They'll kind of reveal what it is. Bad Wolf Media says it's possibly Saw because we know he's going to be in the show. Do we know that Saw Gerrera's in the show?
How would she meet him? How would she
I
meet
don't know.
him?
It would be very weird for
How
her.
would their
How would
circles
they
meet?
even be? Yeah.
And she's talking about, like, I mean, let's really think about this. She's talking about somebody who would help her because she's talking about moving assets, right? This isn't like some like angry partisan who's like super fucking nasty who will blow up women and children to get his point across. She's talking about who can actually help her move these things. This isn't, and that's the thing. Like, let's be pragmatic about this. This is somebody who's connected, who can take the heat off of her, who can help her do what she really is.
That
good
scared
at doing.
me. Oh my God. I don't know why that scared me so much. Like, I felt like it was my door opening.
What happened?
Sorry, that's my son.
Oh, shit.
Is here from Arizona.
Ernie, I didn't even know there's a
welcome to the
door
stream.
there, dude.
Yeah,
They can't even hear us because you got headphones on.
They're saying hello.
Is that Unc?
Yes.
What's up, Unc?
That's my son.
Yeah.
Out of everything, all excited, he is most excited for Uncle Iro.
Oh, hey, what's up, bro?
I'll say, whose uncle?
Yeah.
That's what he's
Yoko.
saying.
Oh man, it's mini Ernie. That's
I'll
awesome.
get back to it. I'll just say hi.
That's
Little Ern.
Paul, Kevin, Yoko, and this is
What's
all
up,
the
bro?
squadron over here, son.
Dang.
He's saying hello. We're live.
Dang. That's good.
Yeah.
This ain't the first
We're
time
live.
Come on, man. Kill it.
I'll be done soon.
Alrighty. I just want to say hi. I love you.
Hi.
I love you. They all said hi.
Oh my god, Ernie, you're so cut. I love this. You're so cut.
I got PTSD
Ernie,
to the
that is-
the intruder at Enabler Tower.
yeah.
Ernie,
In
that was
Toronto.
completely unprofessional. Come on.
I know.
Toronto.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, man, that was so cool. I was like,
I
who's
guess
Unk?
he's up
I
from
know, I'm
Arizona.
confused
What?
about
Oh, he is huge. I mean, when he found that out right away, he was just like, "Oh my god!" And then he's going off on all this Airbender stuff, and I'm like, "Son, I don't know yet. I have to watch it." And so he was just like, "How perfect is that?" He was, yeah. As much as I
Wow.
love Star Wars, he loves that. So
And
he's
this
already
is
your
why-
fan.
Yeah, man. This is why you're cut, Ernie.
Yeah,
Don't do your homework. No.
I will before the show. Yeah, that's a door there. That's my
I
door
had
in and
no
out.
idea.
Oh, the solo poster.
Wow. It's
I
saw
saw
it.
it.
door.
Yeah, that's a towel actually.
Oh, a
Carbonate.
towel. You
Yeah.
can replace it
Oh my
with
God.
carbonite
That's
whip.
There you go.
in
There's the
future.
handle. Yeah. That's my
All
door
right.
in and out. sorry.
It's all
Okay,
good,
I
man.
just have to say, for a wig that Luthen puts on by himself, that's pretty dope. I've had
yeah.
actual,
That's
I've
great.
had professionals glue a wig onto my head. Doesn't look as good as that. And no, and that's the thing. I love you, Diane. I love all the people at Avatar. But I have to call a little bit of bullshit. He put that on himself. I call bullshit. Too nice.
Oh yeah.
Too nice.
Because that was beautiful.
You need
That don't even look like a
third
wig.
eye. Yeah, you need somebody else like cleaning that shit up and putting that lace down. All
Yeah.
who put on wigs, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna call
Maybe
bullshit
he has
on
a
that
wig
bit of movie
droid.
magic.
If I
Oh,
knew
wait,
this
wait.
was going to be that
I didn't
good,
see that. I saw
I
that
would buy
Buffalo
one.
Bill thing where he puts it on and he's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. He sets her up with a present for her husband, and
Oh my
the
God.
moment she gets into the car, you can see she's just like,
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
did anything even
Fucked up.
work out for her there, or is it just more stressful? And back to her job, she's like unbuttoning her
Oh, she done.
jacket? Is this a jacket? I
That
don't know,
is-
whatever
yes.
it is.
That's
Just
this is
getting
the
more
Black
air.
Series
I love
outfit,
her
isn't it?
outfit. I love
It
the
is.
outfit.
She's got the hand of the king signet there on her shoulder. Sorry, Yoko.
Yeah, was that
Wrong.
Game of Thrones reference.
Wrong reference. Yeah, wrong fandom. All right, back on Aldani. So they're planning it out. They're integrating Cassian into the plan, and one of the people from their gang, who's actually an Imperial, mentions there's an Imperial engineer arriving from Coruscant. Another line there, which maybe somebody comes into the show who you don't know, but they kind of just plant these things in there. And the plan is for how they're going to rob this garrison. Is it garrison or armory? Garrison. Well, that's later on.
Oh,
No,
wait,
we'll
go
go to
back,
that
go
part
back,
first.
go back.
We'll go to that
Oh,
part.
there's that screen that she has in the Black Series.
Oh.
She's holding that one tablet. That's what it is.
No,
But
it's
Bix is holding that.
Bix has the tablet, yeah.
Oh God, I'm so drunk.
Yeah, Biggs has
And
that.
this is a futuristic
That's the
iPad.
table setting. Yeah, the table setting. Look at that.
And
and
there's
then
Ars
they put in
Dangor,
Arbesh.
Sly Moore.
Dang,
Yeah, and
that's
these are all the
more.
people who she mentions that they're trying to undo everything
Look
that
at that.
she tries to do in the Senate, and they're having them over for dinner.
There's 20 people coming for dinner.
Oh,
Privilege.
quick maths, nice.
Privilege.
Is it?
Privilege. 20 people. Fuck,
16.
we can't.
It's only 16. Oh,
6,
Mm.
8, 16. No, and then the
Well, 16
18.
coming
Oh,
for dinner to join the
Sorry,
two that
and
are
then the
already
2,
there.
So it's 18.
Math problem.
Paul's probably seeing double right
Don't be
now, so
racist.
that's fine.
Look, don't be racist. Spreadsheets are for losers. Here we go.
Just prove that not all Asians are good at math. So
And
I'm happy-
debunking
happy to do that.
stereotypes right here.
Holy shit. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. I was wrong.
It's
And to
16.
make
You know what that
hate-
means? I need to get more booze. Hold on a second. I need to get more ice for my drink.
to make you hate the husband even more, like as she's leaving the room, he's like, "There's rumor, there's a present for me." I'm like, God, I hate this guy
Yeah.
so much.
Oh yeah,
And she's like, "I'm taking
Such
it
a
back."
dick. Yeah,
I love it because, but taking it back gives her another reason to go and meet with Luthen again. But just in that whole disguise, that guy's just the worst. He's got the top knot going on. Like, oh, oh wait, that's turning into armor. It's like there's rumors there's a oh, there's rumors there's a present for me. 1/6 shooter says calling it Luthen is a former Jedi. Oh,
I don't know, that's a good one too, because that cane that he walked with looked there. I thought that was a saber to begin with, like
yeah,
not lit up.
the knife one.
Yeah,
just
the one that he
regulars?
was walking with, like
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. And then
which is a
again,
Black Series accessory.
yeah, the kyber crystal. I don't know. I mean, that
Ooh,
that
the
could
you
be.
can try to kill me comment makes a little more sense too. Then
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. He's got
Yeah.
the kyber
I
crystal.
I like a good theory.
You're not gonna.
All right,
Yeah.
Trevor. I
All
like
right.
that. We basically
Yeah.
fleshed out Trevor's theory statement for him, but I'm sure he had all of those points. Shout outs to 1/6 shooter, man. You put out a photo of that 4 horseman, headless horseman
So dope.
figure. Jeez, it's such a great photo. The lighting and the atmosphere you had in that, but I can't buy that because I'm trying to get rid of stuff. But again, bravo, and to you and 4 horsemen. Here we go. We're done with that scene.
Look at that guy.
The worst.
Jeez.
Look at his face. The worst.
Why can't my friends come over? You only got me one gift.
You only got me one gift.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that face! I would like to.
Yeah,
Fun
she's
to
like, your fun friends just cut off their shipping lanes yesterday. Do you know how many people are going to starve? So again, she's
Doesn't
fighting.
care.
She's actually in the Senate fighting and representing for the people. So when she sees someone like Bail Organa, who kind of has similar sentiments, you know, he's talking about actually making change in the Senate that you can see in Kenobi, which is before this, because Kenobi was 10 years. Right, Ernie? BBY.
Kenobi is?
Yes?
No? Was it 10?
Do you do Google timeline?
Yeah, it
I
was 10.
think so. I think you're
It
right.
was 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's already established that Bale is, you know, helping people, and therefore his motivation to join the Alliance or the Rebels. Sorry. All right, so back to Aldani. The plan is, and this diorama maker, who's part of the group, makes a beautiful setup. Explains that the part of their plan, you know, the way to cover their escape from this Imperial garrison is there's a event. I had to screenshot this part because he was very worried about his diorama. He's like, I'll do it. Lifts the lid off, like when we're showing our toys to non-toy people. Like, I got this. Don't touch this. The glue is finicky. Don't touch my diorama. But they have an opening once every 3 years where there's some sort of atmospheric events, which looks beautiful from the ground, but in the sky, it's impossible to pilot a plane, I guess, or TIE fighters, which we see are already patrolling here on the planet. And Cassian's like, no, we're just flying a freighter out of here. Like, no, this is our cover. And then the plan comes together that way. It's 50 meteor showers all at once. So what was it that the kid said that I'm like, yeah, he's definitely going to die. But he was...
He said, sorry, the model's not to scale. that reminded me of Doc Brown, Back to the Future. Because that's like my most favorite part in there, especially his look when the car catches on fire. So, like, I know that scene so much. So when he said it, sorry, the model isn't to scale. I was like, yes, that's great.
Hey, Christopher Colvin, have a great night. He's like, you guys take way too long. It's only a 23-minute episode. No, I'm kidding. Thanks for tuning in, man. And Cassian's in. Let's get to it. They give him a few days to kind of learn the plans, the local language and phrases. He's like, can I at least eat my dinner? I mean, that's the best part when you watch all your shows on your tablet, on your phone, when you're eating dinner. That's what I do. A little conflict resolution here between Supervisor Dedra and the Ferrex dude, I forget his name, but Master Qyburn here from Game of Thrones. He's talking to her one-on-one. She's like, "There's a high bar for your performance, Lieutenant." Like, how did you guys feel about this scene? Him just talking to her one-on-one, and like the underlying message from what he's saying to her here. Is he just saying like, "Hey, you have to kind of conduct yourself in a certain way because we're bringing more people like you here"?
Yeah,
Women?
he's definitely shooting her down. And with those words again, you know, the way that he presents himself to it, she's like, she wants to go after it. He's like, that's not what you're here for. Like, we're not doing that, and has to put the point across again. I want to know why she wants it so bad. Because as we were talking about
unit,
yeah,
or
like
the report,
who we're gonna the unit itself, who's gonna flip sides. I was thinking she's on the good side, and maybe she was trying to find out info about that. Like, nobody was supposed to know that, because she was immediately into it as soon as they said the whole mission and the name on it, and she was like, what? Like, I don't know.
Well,
That's how it
because
feels to me.
Because she spotted a pattern. I think if she's in on it, she's not telling everybody what she's seeing.
right?
You know? Because she's saying this is the third time something like this has happened, and she flat out says she suspects an organized rebellion is in the works.
Is forming. The strategies
Yeah.
and tactics are familiar.
I love this scene.
Yeah.
I think she's really on the street. She's like, they bring her in and she's very pragmatic. She's like, you bring me, I'm not gonna play games. I want to solve this. Starpath unit went missing. It's just like a dog on a bone. She's a hammer. She sees everything else as nails. I want to solve this. This is a pattern that's going on. You brought me in to do this. I see it this way, so we need to fix this. I love it because this major guy you think he's very progressive just because he's very specific about things. Like, let's be like, don't be vague. And you think he's this guy who's like, let's change things. But it shows that he's very set in his ways. There's a certain way we do things. He's got 6 sectors. You only have 1. You want to do this? You've got to build up to this level. We brought you in to do a certain job. We need things to change, but not so quickly that we rock the boat. And that's what I love about this is she's brought in and she thinks, oh, I'm brought in to do this thing. We're going to change everything. And he's like, not so fast. Yes, you were brought in, but not to rock the boat so much. He's still saying, need to.
Lady, calm down and do your job and let the men handle it, is what he's saying.
It kind of is. You know? It's like she sees it, the straightener, like there is a.
But you do your job so well, so just stick to that.
I kind of feel like that. Yeah. It's like we brought you in for a specific reason. Just get your rest records up. But like for the bigger picture shit, don't. Yeah, there you go. So more competent and tucked away. Don't rock the boat. We need
stay in the kitchen.
Yeah, and that's what bugs me. And that's the thing. And that's why this is why I love her character, because she's very much like she wants to cut through the treacle. It is this is my jurisdiction. The Starpath unit was here. You're not giving me access to this information. I don't care about your little fiefdom. I need to solve the shit that's been happening here. So there you go. So that's what I love about it, is the fact that you can see her becoming very much aware of how the bureaucracy is slowing everything down, is becoming really inefficient. And as much as this major guy has blustered about we are caregivers, we identify these things, he's not doing that. Because if he really believed in that shit, he would let her track down those leads. And that's the thing. It's like the hypocrisy. And I love that, because that is so Empire. That is so the Empire. You know, and that's, again, it's another layer to what they're building here.
Sounds like any company, honestly.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was kind of Yoko, is that what you were the sense you were getting from his lines here?
Oh yeah, like she sees it. She sees what's happening, and she gets shut down.
I do, and that's why I think Alfredo. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, she's going to be another Tala. That's how I feel. I think I want to
I
call
don't,
that
but
early.
she's not undercover. You know.
No.
Yeah.
She's just. I think she will become very disillusioned with
Yeah.
how things are going, and she'll
Yeah.
go, "You
Okay.
guys are full of shit,"
Yeah.
and just
Okay.
switch.
All right. Yeah.
Right. We shouldn't be listening
yeah.
to Alfredo anyways, because he's a dirty, stinking Habs fan. So
Oh,
that's right, Alfredo. Suck it.
Trevor says the best Imperial officer since Tarkin. Okay, he's in the running. Krennic is good too. I like Krennic. Live action.
Krennic believed. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Tarkin, you look at Krennic. These are dudes that totally bought in to the Imperial way of thinking.
Yeah. Well, they're
Officers
in
like
position of power.
Callus. Yeah, no, but officers like Callus, perhaps like Deirdre. I don't know.
Dedra.
Deirdre. There you go. Maybe they look at it and go, they see the frustration. They go, this is, you're not letting me do my job. And you are corrupt. And this is bullshit. So who knows? I think it's great.
Alfredo has a special message for you in the chat, Paul. All right. And then to cap off the episode,
Suck it,
we're at the
Alfredo.
Campfire, learning local Aldani phrases, and do your
It's an
homework on
Arbesh.
this tablet. Arbesh,
Love
yes. And
Love it.
I love when he's eating. He's like, "Can I eat? Can I eat first?"
Can I finish
But,
my food?
yeah.
No.
So,
You're lucky you have food.
and again, this is not a big cliffhanger. It's just that's it. Scene. That's the episode, and they're getting ready for the night and planning and doing more training. It's insane. This series has been. I don't know. I've been hearing it all week. I don't know if it just seemed like a pattern that like this is one of the. And I'm not trying to be clickbaity in the title like Paul was in his stream last night.
Hey. Whoa.
You know, is this the best Disney Plus show so far? You know, some people have said that. I'm like, hey, let's not forget about Mando. You know, that's up there, but like, or Marvel stuff. I mean, is this the best in terms of like acting and story and visuals?
Book of Boba Fett.
What? The what?
why do we have to pick something to be the best? Why can't we just enjoy things?
We can. You can still enjoy the Book of Boba Fett. And if Ernie says this is not,
Yeah.
Still
I don't-
holding on to that last gasp.
he's like
hold it
season
tight.
2, please.
Yeah.
Just grabbing onto that full force. I will have to say there is a depth to this series that and not to deride the other series, but I really love the political intrigue. This series feels different, and people either love it or they hate it, or they're very indifferent, like Yoko, because she doesn't have to like Andor, and I get that, and I love that. But this is something that is and this is what I love about the Star Wars universe, that there is every show doesn't have to be the same. It can be in universe and it can have different qualities. And you can love the Filoni universe, you can love the Favreau universe, you can love even Book of Boba Fett, but you can also have, thank you, Ernie. But you can also have like there's a spectrum of Star Wars stories. And I love that because it shows it's not just Star Wars isn't just one thing. It can be many things. So shut up, Alfredo.
He has a point. No Jedi, no Sith, no lightsabers, no Force,
No.
no
Yes, absolutely.
Skywalkers. It is absolutely refreshing, which is one
Absolutely.
of the main appeals
Until
for
we
Rogue
find
One,
out
right?
Luthen is a Jedi. I'm totally on
Oh,
board with
are
this
you
theory.
subscribing
Oh,
to
no.
that?
I am.
You
we
are,
kind of
eh?
I think
Okay.
when you went to go get pizza and booze,
Mhm.
Trevor mentioned it, and we kind of like, oh, could it be?
It adds
You know?
up.
He has
That
the
Andor was
Kyber
a Jedi?
crystal.
No,
Luthen.
Luthen.
No,
Oh,
Luthen.
sorry. Andor, fuck.
He
sorry.
has a kyber crystal. He's got this
I'm so drunk. I'm
lightsaber
so sorry. I can't even see my
similar
fingers.
knife sword.
Oh,
God.
boy.
Better.
I've
Knife
been drinking
sword?
steadily. I'm sorry. We just sold our fucking house. I'm sorry. I'm going on a rant now. This has been such a stressful week of like boxing up my collectibles, putting them away. These okay. So these collectibles.
You haven't done a good job.
No. Well, these collectibles were left here because there was an agreement that the painters were not to touch them. And on the day that they were supposed to get it, they moved all my detolf shelves, pulled all the electrics out, shoved all the detolf shelves forward. Every single one of these figures was knocked over, accessories on the floor everywhere, and an inch of dust on everything. I lost my fucking mind because
That does suck.
it's like if you collect and somebody touches your shit, not only that, fucking moves it and like trumps because they think they're just toys. I lost my shit. And so it was like, if you had told me we're going to move these, I would have packed them up. I had time, but they didn't do that. And they just shoved everything, there's like $20,000 worth of collectibles back here. I didn't even realize that until I saw all the shit on the floor and everything knocked over. And it's like, this is my stuff. And yeah, they're toys, but they're worth something to me. And they got knocked over and shoved aside. Like, if it was fine china or crystal, would they have done the same thing? No. But because they were like toys, they got shoved over. And that really hurt my feelings because I could have moved it all. I would have moved it all. But the fact that they were shoved over and then all my camera equipment, all this stuff was just like haphazardly just because like fucking, oh, well, who cares? They're just toys. That hurt my feelings. That pissed me off. These things are important
the
to
live
me.
stream.
Well, that's the thing. And so that, honestly, that bugged me. This is my shit, man. Don't fucking touch my shit. I could have moved my shit. But the fact that you disregarded all of that and messed it up, I was mad. So
Did you chase them down with a lightsaber?
No, but they knew I was mad. Like, so here's the thing: me getting mad and being an asshole are different from me. They knew I was upset and they felt it, but I wasn't an asshole to them. I was very much like, "What are you guys doing? We had agreed to this," and they like immediately they knew. My kids were scared. I didn't get mad. I didn't like yell or this or that, but my kids were scared because they saw the look on my face. And I don't get that way. And I was still polite and still very like, never yelled at anybody. But it was like, dudes, this is my stuff. Maybe it's not important to you, but it means a lot to me. We had agreed, or I thought we had agreed. So let's get this right. And you're like, oh, we'll move it back. We'll be really careful. And it's like, do not touch anything. And I've never been like this, but it's like, and for me, it's like, this was important.
Mm-hmm.
This is my stuff, man. If you want to move my stuff, I will move it for, like, I had time. I moved 2/3 of my collection into storage. I didn't touch this because I was guaranteed. I was told, it's fine. We got you. And that didn't happen. And when you see all your stuff knocked down and your control, like the accessories on the floor and the electrics ripped out and an inch of dust on stuff, it hurt. It really, really hurt. So I'm over it now, but all I'm saying is, no, I am. But I'm reliving it. I am reliving it. And it was like this really, you feel violated. It's like if somebody broke into your house and went through your stuff and none of it was taken because it went, oh, it's just fucking toys. But it's still that violation of this is precious to me. And it wasn't respected. And that hurt. So I'm sorry. I'm so drunk right now.
Did they know you were pissed because like somehow you knew their full name and you addressed them by their full and middle name? Like, hey man, I told you. Like, when you say that to your kids when they're in trouble,
the
like
whole
you
name?
use their
No.
full.
But
you said that, so then somehow they knew.
The thing is, I couldn't be like, it was like they felt bad and they didn't lord it over them. I was like, I get it. You didn't know. There was a misunderstanding. I'm not going to hold you to it. I still feel very violated by it, but it's like, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. But that feeling is still there. It's like, this is my shit, man. Like, fuck, this is my shit. Okay, no harm intended. I get it. I'm still going to be mad at it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to hold it over them. So, anyways.
You still
Full
haven't
name
packed
and-
it.
What's that?
You still haven't packed it.
Well, no, because I was told it was going to be fine. And I packed all my other shit. That's the thing, Yoko. If they
Okay.
told me, and that's what
Okay.
kills me. If it was like, no, we're going to paint it. It's like, okay, packed it all away. I had time. That's what killed me. I had time and I would have done it. And they didn't. Like, that was the miscommunication. But it wasn't like out of any ill will. But it was kind of like, you know, the rest of the house was totally prepped and everything was pushed into the middle and ready. Did you not think that because none of this was touched? Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, what is Alfred? We're not going to read Alfredo's.
Alfredo
We're
can
gonna-
suck a
we're
fart
gonna
out of my
set-
ass and puke out shit.
Oh
is
my
all I can
goodness.
fucking
All
say.
right. Hey, if you're here on the channel still and you haven't been offended and left, please go check out Hunting Around, where I got to do some toy hunting with my
There's
friends
still sort of
Yoko
37 viewers. It's fine.
and
It's
the
good.
Enablers.
We've
And,
been on for like 3 hours. We're good.
the next episode is my very sober friend Paul. So I hope you guys can tune in.
Oh, I wasn't
And,
sober.
Well, you weren't.
Paul,
It was
look
like
at Care
8
Bears
in the
too.
morning.
I'm just kidding. I was sober.
It was 8 in the morning, Paul. I'm kind of scared.
I was sober. Come on. You think I would have stole so much shit without being sober, Kevin?
It's true.
Well, yeah, I'm working on that episode, but look out for that sometime this month. Overall
This month.
thoughts on the episode, Yoko?
Oh, Andor? Or
Yeah, Andor.
Or Hunting Around.
and we'll talk about hunting later.
oh,
That's a great episode, by the way.
I feel like I need to watch it again since I missed the whole scene twice. But no, so we did. So that was last week, right? So we did our stream, and then we stayed up, or I stayed up to watch it at midnight. I fell asleep a couple times. I missed
That's
Mon
probably
Mothma's whole scene. I think I fell asleep at 2 different points while I watched it. Not because of the show, because I was tired. I went and did midnight 30 anyway. That was fun. Then I rewatched it, but apparently I need to rewatch it again. But long story short, I am really enjoying it. You know, I don't think I don't, and I know I don't sound like I'm enjoying it, but I really am. I don't have like that character that I'm rooting for. So I don't feel emotionally connected to it, but I am enjoying the story. And I also want to say, somebody else said this earlier, and I didn't think about it this way until they said it. And sorry, I can't remember who it was in the chat that said it, but the show actually feels like a Star Wars novel. So if you like it, I would suggest checking out some books.
Boo. Books. I think this cap lives, but books,
Yeah.
boo.
Yoko,
Shut
why
up.
didn't you just say, like, watch some Star Trek? Sorry.
Never seen a Star Trek.
You
Yay.
can watch Star Trek. Yeah, so new episode in a few hours. It's Monday.
No,
Last
no,
week we
because
did
it's
on
Monday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah,
I got
no
confused.
midnight 30
Many
this
hours.
week, since I will be in New York. But hopefully,
You going to Comic-Con?
next
You
week.
at Comic-Con?
I am.
Nice.
Mario said again with the books. We get it.
Someone has to promote reading here. And also,
I
I really
read.
like the Luthen is a Jedi theory, so that might get me
I-
even more invested.
I think Luthen is what I'm more interested with.
Yeah.
Maybe because we're spoiled to know what happens to Cassian. That how he gets into the rebellion. Whatever. Luthen, what's his backstory? That's what I'm here for. So that's the one that I'm paying attention to.
Mario.
Ernie, what do you think? What do you think about tonight's episode or the most recent episode?
Yeah, it was good. I'm all in. I like it a lot. I like where it's going. It is very different, but it's still Star Wars, and it's good Star Wars. I think that's just the best part out of it is it's Star Wars like all the way. You don't need to have all of those stereotypes into it to make it what people think is Star Wars. Because this show is Star Wars. It's going great, and I'm all in. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and there's like a different style or theme for the fans out there, right? We can find something that suits your taste. I'm just lucky. I get to enjoy all of it and share it with all of you. Paul, you already talked about this episode, right? The whole. What did you think?
Sure.
Was that the
fucking-
mic?
Yeah, that was like. I'm not fart. Hey, look, you want me to fart? I can fart. I'll just put.
All right, I'm gonna.
Dude, man, don't poke the bear. If you're gonna do it, I'm gonna. I'm like at this point, like, I like Andor a lot. I'm enjoying it. I know a lot of people are like you're too slow, but it's picking up. Every episode now, like it's a long game. It's 12 episodes long. You got some fantastic storytelling going on, and you need to lay the pipe. You need to do that. I'm enjoying it very, very much so. I think it's really picking up steam. I think a lot of people who are like, it's so slow, they're going to be eating crow in a few days. I love the political intrigue. I love the complexity of the characters. I love the universe building. I don't subscribe to the fact that Luthen is a Jedi. Just because they've gone so far in terms of building this world without Jedi. I mean, it's almost like a point of pride. They had characters like Chirrut Imwe and Baze Malbus, and they weren't, they were like protectors, or they were the dudes that were like protecting the Jedi temple, but they weren't Jedi. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that there aren't any Jedi there. So I don't think they're gonna go there. I really don't.
Now I'm really rooting for this theory.
Oh, there you go.
You're the worst, Yoko.
Thank you, Yoda.
Books, now this. No, to make it so grounded and make the characters less magical with the Force and whatnot.
I think they're really going in a different direction. I think they're being very pragmatic about this series. And I think when you introduce that, again, there is a diversity in storytelling where I don't know. I believe that they're just going to leave that whole Jedi mystique. Why are you laughing? What are you doing, man?
Just reading the chat. I'm just reading the chat.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Trevor. No, sorry. Yeah, no. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. You can all have your opinions. I'm just telling my opinion.
Absolutely. That's what I'm asking for
You are
in this
so
last
covered.
little.
Your face is so red. And you're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown. I'm reading these credits now. These credits. Oh, I'm so drunk.
Yeah, you're gone. Trevor,
So
were you here for the special message that we got?
Yeah, there were no puppies. You didn't miss anything, Trevor. There were no puppies. Fucking
No
Kevin's full of shit.
puppies.
Ernie, you're cut. Yoko, fucking, like, come on. Help me out here.
All right.
Anyways, what I'm saying is I'm really enjoying Andor. I think the haters can suck it. Alfredo, you can suck it.
Are there haters?
Trevor, you're wrong. No, I love you too, Trevor. Thank you so much. But no, this is, I think, a more complex. This is what I've always loved about Rogue One. This is what I love about Andor. There are characters that are not likable, like Yoko says. I don't have to like Andor. I don't, and it's great. I think that is great. There's a wide spectrum of stories that are being told in Star Wars universe, and I think there should be something for everyone. You can do stuff from the Clone Wars to Rebels to Tales of the Jedi, Mandalorian. There is a breadth of different storytellers, and I think there's something for everybody, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just loving the Star Wars content, period.
Yes.
So fuck all y'all.
getting spoiled with how many series we're
I
getting.
don't care. We sold our
in the
house. I'm
last few
so
years.
fucking stress free, so I'm done.
All right. Next Monday we are back.
Are we
Paul,
doing it Monday?
Yeah, is that good? Do you have baseball? Oh, we'll
No.
message and I'll let everyone know.
We should be
But
good. Should be good.
These two are down for Monday. I'm good. You just hit up the liquor store before we start, and then,
I'll be
and then
fresh.
We'll send you
I'll be
the link.
fresh off an airplane.
Yeah. I've not been home for like 5 days. For those of you who've ever had to sell your house and had it staged and had to be away from home, it sounds easy, but it sucks, especially if you work from home and you have to maintain this hotel quality of cleanliness. It's awful. It is awful. So I'm so happy we sold this place. I'm getting hammered. I'm hammered now. I don't care. Fucking the Leafs beat the Habs 4-1. The Jays fucking won against Baltimore. Sports ball. The house is sold. My dog is sleeping here. He's farting. I don't care. I'm so happy. And I'm so
That's a
happy
good
about
thing.
Andor. I'm so happy. My life, I'm living the best life right now. Everything's great. I can live like I can bring my fucking shit out of storage and finally have stuff in the bathroom that I can reach and use. This is a livable house again because
toys?
we sold it. What?
Like, when you say in, I mean, I'm probably gonna
the
regret
bathroom?
asking this, but in the bathroom, what are you reaching to get?
We
Like,
had
toys
okay,
or
so here's the thing. We had a shelf full
paper?
of like things like like shit tickets.
Oh, you haven't been
like-
using.
No, it's had to be fucking put away because it's got to look like there's so much room in the bathroom. So things like contact lens solution, things like shampoo, like soap, all these things that you take for granted, toothpaste. This had to be put away. It sucks having to like, where the fuck is all this stuff? Oh, it's in the closet. Fucking bring it out. So now there's stuff that I've had tucked away we can put back in the bathroom and fucking use. Shut up, Torrenzi. You haven't even washed it, man. Shut
It's the dog.
up.
Oh, it's the dog party.
It's the dog.
It's the dog.
You're not here. You don't know. He's right here.
Um,
And he's been stressed too. That's the other thing. He's been totally like, I don't know what's going on. And he's been such a good boy. Like, he's been the bestest boy. But he's like crashed so hard because he's so stressed about being away from home and coming back. So he sleeps like a motherfucker. And I feel bad for him. You know, it's like, oh, hey, like I had to wake him up for his walk this afternoon. And you think you take these things for granted, but it's like, yeah, it affects him. Everybody's laughing at me. Fuck all y'all.
stress party. I do that.
He is, dude, man. Fucking Mike. He is fucking totally stress farting, and it's so awful, especially when his ass is near your face at night, and he takes up room, and you're like, dude, move, and he goes, and he just stretches out and farts again. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. Ernie, you know what I'm
What are we
talking about.
doing?
You do that with
I
Corinne.
feel like Anna could probably say
Yes.
the same about you.
Oh,
See,
no.
that's what you just said. That's me to Corinne. It is.
Or Corinne to
Unhinged
you.
hour. All right. For anyone who didn't see this video earlier, let's enjoy it one more time. Carl, if you're still watching somehow,
No puppies. Just
you.
be forewarned,
Kevin,
there are
hey,
no
Paul.
puppies.
Hey Kevin, hey Paul, hey Ernie, hey Yoko. This is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, upcoming Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say on Boba Squadron.
yes. All right. So, Tales of the Jedi recap show confirmed because of this in the future. I think that's it. We're going to be back next Monday for the next episode. I have unboxing Thursdays this week. Go check out Hunting Around. Yoko, you are not streaming tomorrow. Ernie, you're on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Wednesday,
And of
5:30.
course, with the Tormigos on Thursday as well.
Mhm.
Paul, are you on this Sunday?
I will be unboxing this Sunday. I've got something coming in. Hot toy figure, really happy with. Really excited to unbox. So yeah, we're gonna be there this Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Bitter Asian Dude Inc., where we unbox a geeky collectible, do a half-ass review, and we chat. And I won't be drunk this time. Maybe.
No one's going to tune in for that. That's the best
Maybe.
part.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
But again, if you're not
Possible.
already, follow these fantastic people on all of their social medias. And of course, the moment we wait for every episode, Yoko,
Oh.
bring us home.
Okay. I wasn't ready. Last time I was ready. Thank you for watching another episode of the Boba Squadron, and for following and liking and subscribing on these platforms of your choice, YouTube or Twitch. Hit that thumbs up. I try to channel Ernie when I say that. Hit that
Thanks.
thumbs up on your way out, and we'll catch you next time right here on the Boba Squadron.
Nailed
That
it.
was amazing.
That's great.
Yo!
Perfect.
So good.
Best one yet.
Wow.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night and keep toying around. Peace.
Bye.
How do you end this? No.